I can
Let's see.
adjust it on my end, so that's okay.
Okay, guys, we are live now. This is Dr. Shrivara from the PlayStation Vortex podcast, and it's humbling for me to invite new people on the podcast once in a while. And today we got a special guest. I'm gonna make the introductions later on. This episode is gonna be special. We gonna spend as less as possible bitching and moaning and even pointing fingers at people who do not matter. I'm talking about all the Xbox fan base out there. People have been complaining. This is a PlayStation podcast, right? Then why the hell are you guys wasting talking about Xbox? Here's my answer to all of you dumb, screwed up people out there.
Competition, man.
You people know that based on the tag, based on what's going on with my channel on Twitter, it's PlayStation Vortex. Then why the hell are you guys coming onto my account and dropping replies with whole bunch of Game Pass ads? It's all about PlayStation, right? Keep your Xbox shit in your pockets or between your pockets. Got it? When you guys are pestering me the whole goddamn day, every single PlayStation YouTuber out there and Twitter account out there is having this huge snowball effect, which was created by these dumb journalists by delivering free ads, and Twitter is not ad free anymore. Do not come here and bitch and moan because we are pointing a finger at all you lame people wasting our times. This is my channel. I can talk whatever the fuck I want. Please stop pestering me on Twitter, on YouTube. Keep your shit to yourself first. Then you can complain about why either we speak about Xbox or PlayStation. We do whatever the fuck we want. Anyways, enough wasting time. As we always do, we'll get a special 10-minute segment regarding our special guest tonight. PS5 for the win. It's Taran Singh. Before doing that, let's introduce our panel real quick without any much wastage of you guys precious time. For all you guys listening, hit the like button, say hi in the chat. Super chat is also active. You guys can support the channel. I'm Dr. Shrivara again from the PlayStation Vortex podcast. Needs If I need to introduce myself, I'm gonna fucking delete the channel and go sleep in my basement drinking sparkling red wine. Anyways, I do not want to waste you guys. Next, moving on, we've got the resident sleeper who wakes up at the noise of the PlayStation. We got Nelson Gaming. What's up, dude?
Not much. Just playing a little bit of Ys 9. Loving that game.
Beautiful, bro. Next up, we got Tornado Screw, comma,
Oh
no
yeah.
GT7 day one, exclamatory point. Take that to your graves, you cross-gen producing Jim motherfucking Ryan. Anyways, Tornado Screw,
Yeah.
what's up, man?
Pretty good, pretty
What's
good.
up?
It's all good, all relaxed, and just enjoying everything that you're doing around here, Doc. Also, just watching the news and tidbits. I've seen some stuff come and go, so mostly come actually. There's a lot of stuff happening though.
Yep.
So I figured, like, you know what? Let me jump in with the doc and see what we can do today. So other
We
than that,
got a
fine day.
special episode today lined up, Tornado. We're gonna talk
Damn right.
as much as possible regarding the PlayStation, our hype levels, the event. It's gonna be all over the place. You're gonna love
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a small little prediction, but I'm gonna save that for the podcast later on,
Absolutely.
if asked. I
So,
got something to say about that.
it's finally time to introduce a man who needs no introductions, who's been all over the place. I respect because of his dedication, his commitment, and his passion towards video games. It shows as soon as you see a person on multiple podcasts sharing his opinions, discussing, and holding the entire Xbox community and giving them blue balls. That is Taran Singh, aka PlayStation 5, for the win. Here's your nitty gritty 10-15 minute segment for you, brother. Say hi, introduce yourself. This is your time to shine, Taran. Go on, man.
Damn right.
What's up, guys?
Yo.
Good
I never
job.
been on this podcast before, so yeah, so I'm new here, so yeah,
Hey, you old school to me, eh? Just saying.
yeah, yeah.
Go on, turn.
um, I
I,
have
I'll
nothing else
give you
to say.
pointers if you want some like headlines to talk about. Just tell me at what age you started gaming. What was your very first video game console? What's your most favorite video game console? And what's the most favorite game of the entire fucking gaming generations? So let's go with at what age you started and what console was the first one. Just a moment, guys. I need to drag in. Tarun, can you listen to me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
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 go
I
on,
can
man.
hear you.
You're in deep thought.
My well, my first video game console is the PS2, the OG PS2,
Nice.
and what else?
What was your
Uh,
favorite game on the PS2?
my favorite game on the PS2, um, Dragon Ball Z. I play that.
Nice. So, what console are you
Budokai?
gaming on right now?
Yeah, Budokai.
Oh,
Yeah, those were
I
good.
know that. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
pretty
there was
good
like
games, though.
three of them. I think there was one, two, and then I
Right.
think three was Tenkaichi. I had all three. I don't remember.
I
They were
stopped
great
playing
though.
Dragon Ball Z games right from the PlayStation 3 days, man. I'm sorry. I
So did I, but I still own a couple, but I
I
don't play them all
played a
the time.
lot of Dragon Ball Z because that was one beautiful Funimation show I born and was raised on TV. It was all over the place. It was totally enthralling compared to all the kiddie kind of cartoons like Scooby Doo and shit like that. So it felt like a breath of fresh air to everyone. I can get from where you're coming from, Taran. What's your favorite genre in video games?
My favorite genre, action and adventure.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's my favorite genre.
So the moment you say action adventure, either you're gonna think about Uncharted, Tomb Raider, even God of War, right?
Yeah.
So who's your crush during your childhood days? It might not be a chick with huge ass titties or nice butt cheeks and stuff like that. I'm just going back into your memory lane. I just want to get a fresh perspective. Who was your childhood crush
What in video gaming?
in video games strictly?
Um, I don't have a video game childhood crush per se.
Okay. Adolescent crush or right now? Anyone which comes to your mind.
Yeah, the question I have right now. Anybody?
Yep.
I would say Aloy.
Oh, beautiful, man. Awesome. That's cool. So you're gonna get more out of Aloy real damn soon. Soon. Say hi, everyone. Nanaya goddamn fucking business is here in the live chat. He says, "What's up, Doc? What's good, Nelson and Tornado? I'm still recovering from yesterday. What's up,
Oh,
LOL?"
That means you had a good day.
yeah, true, true. Oh
Nice.
man,
He's
Ins-
licking his wounds today though.
I was gonna say that must have been a good 4th of July then.
yeah.
Oh man,
So still
ah,
winning.
It's one of the
he'll be good though.
one of
He'll
those
be good.
guys lighting fireworks out of their ass.
I know, man. I know. Nunai is here. He never comes here without business, man. He means business.
I
He
was gonna
brings
say
in
I
facts.
No, I know.
I
I
was
I
gonna
bet
say.
on the fourth though.
Hmm.
If he's licking his wounds, he probably had a few and was probably doing some wild shit.
So, still winning
Yeah,
in the
I was gonna
Discord
say.
says, wish I could join Dr. Shivera, but I'm camping right now. So, I not only have crap connection, but I'm also on my phone. And the Black Prodigy says, at Overdone, you sitting here name dropping like a clown. Oh, these
Oh
people
man,
are
he just
are
started starting
getting
off.
Just give
in
it
on
a
the
rest,
beef.
man. If you can hear me, look. I don't want any of that shit here in this Discord, man. As far as I'm concerned, when I came here first in this Discord, alongside with Dr. Shiva and all the other first guys that were here, the first 5 to 10, it was a peaceful place. I like to keep it that way. I don't want any of that shit from the
Let
other
them.
Discord, which I'm not gonna
I
mention the
totally
name here.
agree,
I don't want
Tornado.
that crap here, man.
Based
Knock
on
it off.
you can
Ow.
go you guys, if you hit the pinned tweet on the live chat, you can find the link to the Discord. Every one of you guys are welcome. As much as possible, stay civil, give respect to human beings. That's all we want. You can dick ride your piece of plastic, whichever you want, the Xbox Series S and whatever the fuck, who cares? But give
Like I said,
respect
I'm not
to human beings, right?
like I said, I don't want to see that crap from the other Discord here, which I'm out of respect for the guy that's
No need to
actually running it.
mention.
Pretty
Everyone
much,
knows.
King Trash. I'm not gonna mention it, but don't come up with the crap that's over there on that Discord over here. I don't want to see it,
So
man.
I think
Nah, I
I've
don't want to see it.
decided to make this podcast a little different. I want to make it into segmented experience so that people get to know what's coming next. So this next segment, we're going to talk. We're not going to waste too much time, just like a few 10, 20 seconds talking about what exactly we are playing right now, because there is no point in talking about video games without discussing or even giving a hint at what we are enjoying right now. So I'll go first. I'm playing Ratchet and Clank. Everyone can jump at my ass saying it's just 88-hour experience and it's $70. Screw you, it's my money. However, I spend, I do not give two fucks about it, and I'm taking my time on it. I've already spent 10 hours into the game and I've barely scratched the surface. I'm the kind of guy who do not want to jump in and try to get the game out of the way as fast as possible. I am not here sponsoring like multiple streams with speed runs and shit like that. I want to take photographs while I play. I want to use the photo mode. I want to look at how much of passion, how much of effort Insomniac Games has done with this game. So I'm taking my time on that. Along with that, I've started playing
Let's see.
Doki Doki Literature Club Plus on the PlayStation 5, as well as a couple more games. I recently finished East 9 Monster Nox. As I mentioned, I took my time with it. Doll is my favorite character, Anemona. And then I'm also playing Scarlet Nexus, and I'm loving the living daylights out of it. It's incredible. No matter what people say, I agree that the environments look bland compared to the character models, which look outrageously good on the PS5 version, especially. I love the combat. I love the cheesy kind of storyline with a little bit of bonding kind of aspects about it, similar to the Persona series. You guys gonna love the soundtrack as well. So these are the games which I'm playing, and along with all these, I'm getting a little bit of, what do you say, Yuffie in there with the Final Fantasy VII remake intergrade chapter intermission. So I'm done with my shit. Let's move on to Taran Singh. What are you playing right now, man?
Well. Right now, I'm not playing anything at the moment. So yeah.
What was the last game which you played recently? That's a better question, right?
The last game I played, is Spider-Man Miles Morales. I really like that game.
Beautiful. That's that's a
I was gonna
game
say,
which is gonna
not a
take
bad
your
choice.
time, right? You gotta take your time. Look at the graffiti on the walls, get into that awesome soundtrack, and look at that incredible ray tracing. I hope
Yeah,
you're having a great time playing Miles Morales, right?
I did.
So, Steve Santier is here on the live chat. Hello, brother. What's up, man? You've been here for the like third or fourth time. It's always welcome. Hit that like button once again, brother. He says PlayStation Now for July 2021 is very impressive. Perhaps a sign Sony will be putting more energy into building up the service. We're gonna get to that topic, whether it's good, bad, how great it is, whether it's concerning, because there is very less PR associated with advertising services from PlayStation compared to the games they do. So, next, moving on to Nelson. Real quick, what games have you been playing? I know, man. You've been buying a bunch of shit, playing a load of shit. We all know that, dude. How are you managing your fucking time, Nelson?
Not very well. I buy too much shit. Uh, I've been, I've been,
Oh man.
I've been playing, and it's coming to PS now too. It's like, man, I just bought that shit last week. Anyways, I bought that. I've been playing that Olympics game, Use 9,
Saw your clips.
Returnal,
Hmm.
Guilty Gear, um, yeah, and a bunch of other shit. Like, I'm not gonna get into it all.
Naya says it's always about the same.
The takeover.
Oh yeah, yeah. That
Next,
game.
moving on to Tornado, right out the gate. Apart from that, Grand Theft Auto 5
Yeah,
Online.
I'm still on that. I know. It's actually a small little project that I'm building towards too, though. But here's the thing: I know that there's going to be a transfer thingy towards the PS5, so I'm trying to take as much as money as possible that I can with me. I'm now at what is it, 750 million if I round it upwards. So I'm trying to
Shit.
go for the 800 million and take that along with me when that character transfer comes around, and we'll be keep on playing that. And I have also been doing a little bit of my I'd say a trio, if not a quartet of racing games. I've been playing Wreckfest, Grid, Gran Turismo 7. Heck, I even been playing some Assetto Corsa as well, the Competizione one, the second one. So
But
I've been doing a lot of racing
shall,
these days lately.
shall I point out my observation about Tornado's crew real quick? Based on, because we are friends on PSN, right? I did a little digging about your like awesome gaming time you have spent playing video games. I'm gonna point out one thing. To all you fucking people on the live chat, be extra goddamn careful before saying anything which is not factual when it comes to racing games and GTA, because we got tornadoes here to screw you up.
Well, I got a lot of playtime on those games though. There's a lot of time that's been sunken into, especially in Grid now these days. Since it was a little bit unbearable playing on the PS4 because it was like kind of like a jet engine, but now that I'm playing it on PS5, I'm like, yeah, now it's actually fun to play. So I'm actually diving deep in the game and I'm going through the career.
don't,
So I'm
don't
finishing up the first part and then I'm going to season one.
Yeah,
So
I agree. Don't you guys think we already feel that positive vibe between us just because we are talking about PlayStation games instead of bringing Game Pass? Doesn't it give that refreshing feel? Don't you guys
My
agree?
blood pressure's lower.
What the fuck,
Game
Nelson?
Pass was something, to be honest with you. When I used to be on X1X, since the damn thing is now packed up in the box since 2019 September, I didn't
Oh,
give a fuck about
oh,
Game
one
Pass.
sec,
I'm not
dude.
even joking.
Our OG's here, Quality Gaming QG. He says, "Yo, going to hit the gym, but I will check it out later. Have a great show." Awesome, dude.
Oh,
It's
nice.
Sean the Best. Uh,
Thank you, man. Hey,
y-
Sean, I was gonna say his name is familiar.
I do not understand people with two different usernames, man. It always gives me a headache. And do not laugh at me, Tornado. You were the one who said GTA fan since '97, just in the past couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah. I changed it though. I changed it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Anyways,
I changed it.
so let's move on. We got multiple topics to talk about. First and foremost, we're gonna talk about the, what do you say? Let's not get into services. Let's talk about our hype levels when it comes.
Smooth surfaces, man.
Simple question. I'm going to go with this question to every one of you people on the panel. Will there ever be a fucking PlayStation Experience event in July? Nelson, yes or no?
I don't know. I don't like touching on this because I hate diving
I've
too
been
hard into
waiting to
rumors
throw it out
because
there.
rumors are rumors.
I'm asking, we are not
But
talking about rumors, speculations, or news or facts. We are just predicting shit.
okay,
So, what's your prediction?
I would say yes
Hmm.
next week, Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, that's fine.
That's a
What
dangerous
about you,
one, though.
Taran?
Ooh.
What do you think about it?
Um, I think they would maybe I would say the same thing next week.
Okay. What about you, Tornado?
And I'm going to be the only one that's going to say that it's going to be in August. And the reason
Oh
why I say this,
shit.
yeah, it's a little bit dangerous though, I know, but I'm going to go with August. And
Uh,
even though I'm going to take an L on that one, but I don't give a flying fuck. Um, to me, it makes more sense. The reason why August, that means the
Fuck
fall
your
is coming just
sense,
around.
dude. We are hyped through the roof right now. You're talking sense into that? Hype doesn't have sense. It's a bell-shaped curve. Once you put your finger or your dick between that curve, it's always flat, dude. Who wants logic right now? Anyways, it's my bad. I'm asking your opinion. Go on, man.
Yeah, so I say August, and why I say August, yeah, fall is just around the corner. Everyone is expecting the holiday to show up anytime soon, after the fall. I'm like, and that was the other thing that I actually kind of wanted to save a little bit later on in the podcast thingy. But I'm like, you know what? Show that showcase then, and who knows? There might be a surprise show up of GTA 5 on the PS5. That's what I feel. What they're gonna do. August
always,
would be the perfect time.
always
It
hyped
That's
could
up.
be.
my
I think
prediction.
they're
That's my
waiting for
prediction.
to have a solid release date for Horizon. To be honest, to drop that in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yo, for real, we want that release date for that game.
Oh, it'll
Yeah,
come
I
though.
think that's what
It'll
they're
come.
waiting on. I think they want to know when they're far enough in the polish and have a concrete date of yes, October 10th, 12th, whatever. I think they're really
I'm
waiting
gonna go
on
more
that
with
right
November or
now.
December though, to be honest with you. But okay, that's from my
I
end.
can't see it coming in November. I don't think that's really
One
smart of them to
sec.
drop it then.
Cold
But
Cold Blood Sensei, he's here. He says we need an event soon cuz I can't hear $70 and Game Pass anymore. Yeah. Those are the two things
Oh
which are
man.
trending, which are
well, the
like,
problem is
yeah.
they won't be teasing the same games for 5 years. So they've been
Okay.
releasing things.
Hold on.
So
I
a
gotta share
man
my.
a man got to be hopeful. There's
This is not good.
There's always something on the horizon, but there's always going
dude,
to be some kind of gaps. They're not going to release a
I'm
huge game every month.
absolutely
Yo, I apologize for the controller sound that you just heard from my PS5 controller. Though.
no, dude. You
And they've
can
been
game
dropping a
on.
lot of games.
I just turned it down. So
No, no, no. Until and unless it's moaning sounds from a porn video, we do not give a shit, man. You continue
no,
with
no.
your video games. So what I'm saying is, I got all of your opinions. So basically, Taran saying as well as Nelson says there's gonna be an event in July, hopefully. And here's my take on this. Tomorrow the sun is gonna rise, and tomorrow the sun is gonna set. It doesn't bring in hype. This is not a podcast wherein we just gonna sleep and not talk about the hype levels. We have to address the hype levels and the adrenaline rush which it brings. The moment you see a nice screenshot or even a collage of all the PlayStation studios or even all the icons, all the mascots from the PlayStation brand, it hits you in a different way, right? That is what I'm getting at. Here's my predictions. Tomorrow is a goddamn Tuesday. Do you know what Tuesday is special for? Announcements. PlayStation blog entries. PlayStation blog
Yeah, true.
entries usually happen on
Yeah, true.
Tuesdays.
I
The
kind of
way
Yeah, I always found that odd, but they do.
yeah, what I want to get at is the way they have been rolling out, right? Since the official reveal of the PlayStation Future of Gaming, all that shit back since June, it is clear whenever they want to announce a state of play or an event, Usually it's gonna be in the weekend, either a Saturday or a Sunday. But the announcement is gonna happen on a Tuesday. They give usually 3 to 4 days gap between the announcement on the PlayStation blog, and I have to give it up to the Sony's, what do you say, PR team, because they do not want to overpromise and underdeliver. They have learned their lesson since the past, like the PlayStation 3 gen, and also their success from the PS5 and PS4 generation. So I love how beautifully worded their announcements are. They clearly mention how long it's going to be, what are they going to show, whether they're going to concentrate on hardware, software, whether it's going to be only PlayStation 5 shit as well as PlayStation 4. You guys remember, right? The moment previously there were so much of hype behind PlayStation 5. Everyone wanted to look at how beautiful this bitch looked. Everyone wanted. They clearly mentioned we are going to focus on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games, and there's not going to be any next generation hardware announcements during the next state of play. They did that shit on Tuesday, and the event, state of play, went on live on Saturday or Sunday. So here's my take on this. Tomorrow, there's going to be a PlayStation blog post saying, "Hi gamers, we are excited to announce what the future holds for all you people on the PlayStation 5 side. We're gonna hold an event on Sunday, July. I don't know, want to bring up the calendar, do all the homework. You guys who are in the live chat listening, you guys can do it whenever the Sunday is. Either it's the 8th or the 13th. We are announcing a PlayStation Experience event, or whatever the name they want to name it. It's gonna be a showcase which is gonna run for 20 to 25 minutes, and it's gonna have games covering both the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5, with only gameplay reveals. There's not gonna be any announcement regarding next generation of PlayStation VR or any other hardware of any sort. It's gonna be all about video games which are dropping on PS3, PS4, and PS5. Period. That's it. I'm hopeful this is gonna happen tomorrow. If it happens, it's incredible, right? If at all it happens, here's my next question. Let's hope it happens and there's gonna be an event on Sunday. My very first question to you, Taran Singh. If there is a
Yes.
20-minute event, what do you expect them to show? That's my question. We are only
Um.
talking about Fs. You can do whatever you want with your hype levels, whatever about your expectations.
Um. Well, I well, my expectation for the event is that they will give us the release date for Horizon. That's my expectation.
Beautiful. Yeah. Aloy guy expecting Horizon. Gran Turismo guy expecting GT7. It all makes sense, man. It's all 180-degree here on the podcast.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what GT7 though. For that one is going to be like,
In August, as you said.
hmm, I don't know. I don't know on that
So,
one,
what
man.
do you think? If just we are talking about buts and ifs right now, nothing to be hold responsible or anything. We're just making this for fun. It's all about the predictions. We're gonna come back in the podcast after they make the official announcement, either tomorrow or the next Tuesday. Who gives a shit? We're gonna give points out of 10. How many points we got based on our predictions. This was what I used to listen as a child, as a kid, listening to the PlayStation Beyond, hosted by IGN back in the day when Greg Miller, Colin Moriarty, and multiple people who I adore were there. So they used to do these predictions and come back after the showcase and give points to each other. That's always fun, man. So, Tornado, what games you might expect from the PlayStation 5 and 4, if at all they announce an event running for 20 minutes?
Mm, I don't know. Something. My gut feeling is that Gran Turismo 7 is not going to be appearing it or even make an appearance at all. That's my prediction, at least on that one. Horizon, they gotta say something that has to happen. If it
Hmm.
doesn't happen now, then okay, something's wrong. But I doubt that would be the case. They have to deliver. Um, and maybe, maybe they'll show something about God of War Ragnarok. Maybe.
That's a fine assumption. Okay, moving on. Nelson, what's up, dude? What do you have to say? So, in the meantime, I'm gonna give. Yeah,
I'm not really expecting a ton with the in the. We've had so much this year already, and we know some things cooking. But yeah, Horizon's a juggernaut. Yet this year you have Kenna coming up next month, and then
That's true.
Abandon at some point.
fuck Abandon. Move
So
on.
there might be one more thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's a game coming to the platform. So
Yeah. So, okay. So, I'm going to give my prediction. They're going to start off the event by congratulating Bluepoint Games for finally joining the
Man, that's true.
worldwide studios of Sony. They're going to drop a huge collage of all the amazing moments they gave us with their beautiful remasters and remakes right from the PlayStation 2 3 days. They've got the Echo, Shadow of the Colossus. They've got like beautiful games, even like the Demon Souls, and all that goodness. They're gonna drop that collage for like 40 50 seconds, and at the end, they're gonna have that template which says, welcome Bluepoint Games to the wonderful PlayStation worldwide studios. And then they might drop a bomb, a 5 to 10 second teaser of just the fucking logo of Metal Gear Solid 1
Oh yeah,
remake
that's true.
made
That's been
from the ground up
saying
for
that
the
for a
PlayStation
long
5.
time though.
Yeah, it
Been
might
stop
saying that
tickling
happen.
for
my
a
butthole.
long time.
That's a beautiful way. That's the
It's
energy
That
we
would make
want.
my dreams come
hey,
true.
if that were to show up, people would lose their minds.
I'm losing my
I would
mind just
fucking lose it. I
imagining
would
it.
lose it more than God of War because I'm so tired of
If
having to play
Solid
that
Snake makes
PS1
an
game.
appearance on PS5, people are gonna lose their shit.
Dude,
It's that
Yeah,
simple.
they are.
just
That game
I
character
wasn't a
is
fan of
so
5, but
highly
1
respected,
through
man.
4, oh my god.
dude,
People are actually gonna, man.
no matter
I'm
how
pretty sure
many
people are gonna
games
cry.
they pump out, no matter, see, I loved Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. I loved Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. I loved every single one of the games, but nothing scratched that itch the way the original Metal Gear Solid did on the PlayStation 1. It was goddamn out of the world. It came in multiple discs, and it had, what do you say, that cinematic feel,
Had that
which made,
special vibe to it, you
yeah,
know. It
it
had that
made something.
special. That's something that all the other games. Sure, it's Metal Gear, but that the first one is a special one, man. It holds a dear place to everyone's heart.
That
You know,
exclamatory point, dude.
That's been gaming a
it,
long time. Yeah,
the
I
yeah.
just
I
exclamation
asked.
points,
cried a little bit yesterday. I was watching Fox
the
die
fights
in a
with
video
Raven,
on it
you know,
yesterday,
Yeah.
and
that
I
kind of
started
stuff.
getting teary eyed, dude, when he
Man,
sacrifices himself.
But one
yeah.
thing,
Oh, I'm a bitch.
yeah, Nelson, but that exclamatory point, man. The way you hide behind boxes, that stealth mechanics was literally not even present. Hideo Kojima invented a new genre of video gaming, which was tactical espionage action, right? Was there anything anywhere in the video game industry back in the PlayStation 1 days? Later on, like Ubisoft, the way they do shit, they copy stuff.
With
They
Splinter
brought
Cell,
in
yeah.
Splinter Cell and all that bullshit. I love Splinter Cell as well. But the thing is, we need to respect Kojima. That's the reason I'm saying to all the people who are like butthurt that based on Jeff Grubb's article saying he has an exclusive Xbox game
It,
to be he's working on right
it
now,
doesn't make sense.
right?
To be honest with you, Kojima and Xbox just working solely for them, it doesn't make sense to
People
me
are
in my mind.
using Kojima for bragging rights. They haven't
It
even played half of what those games are. MGS4 is exclusive to the PlayStation 3, the console fucking exclusive. MGS1 all those remakes and remaster, I know that these people
Was
wouldn't
it
have played.
2 exclusive to PlayStation for a few years at least too?
Yeah, that's
Oh
true,
yeah,
man.
that's true.
E-
And then
One released
later
on
on, the other
PC.
systems got their
That
share.
was one of my
But,
first games on PS2.
yeah,
Dude,
PlayStation
that
got the majority of those games exclusive though.
I had I had to rent in a magazine which had, what do you say, Metal Gear Solid guide walkthrough in certain parts, because that was a time where there were no internet, there was no, anyway, there was no Google, there was nothing, man. You had to bang in your head. See, as I was mentioning, Ninja Gaiden on the Famicom or the NES in the West, here in the Europe and
That was
India
a
and
rock
Asia.
hard game though.
Yeah, those are the games which are
Oof.
extremely close to my heart, man. Nothing has that kind of potential which can move. Because one thing, we are spoiled with money. We are spoiled with our jobs right now. We are spoiled with all the goodness which is dropping from multiple thousands and even millions of people working on video games right now. Back in the day, it was like Konami, Capcom, Nintendo, and what was that
Square,
again? Yeah,
Yeah.
Squaresoft.
Indeed,
Squaresoft before.
Squaresoft when they were still Squaresoft
Rare,
back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah,
and Nintendo. That's really about it
that's it.
for big ones.
I used to go to what do you say, a huge complex in Bangalore, in the place I live in. I used to go to a huge complex where they used to sell video game cartridges. And do you know what I used to look at? I used to look at the logos of the companies who are making the games. The moment I saw Nintendo, the moment I saw Capcom, or even Konami, I used to buy the game regardless, because those were the games which were
Yeah.
extremely hard to find, and it was goddamn expensive back in the day. And now people are bitching and moaning about $10, $20, $30 expansions, which come with an entire goddamn map, an entire storyline, along with all the ray tracing. I do not know about ray tracing, at least the updated frame rate, the DualSense features, the 3D audio. Come on, man. You gotta be kidding. People's perception about inflation doesn't make sense at all. I was talking on the previous video, right? Right from the toothpaste, right from every single utensil, every single vegetable you buy, the prices have skyrocketed, right, compared to the 90s. Then
It's
why the
true.
hell not about the
Facts.
video games? Why the hell not? Dude, I cannot find a chocolate or a cookie the way it was priced in the 90s. I used to get, I can get like a dozen of them for the kind of price they're charging for right now for cookies or even chocolates. So that's how deep it is. People do not see, the way I look at it
Yeah,
is,
candy bar was like 33 cents when I was a kid. Now
yeah,
it's like a buck
Yeah.
50.
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. What about
Yeah.
petrol, man? What about petrol, diesel, gas?
Oh
How
yeah.
much of an inflation there
Homes,
is?
a $90,000 home in 1993 in America, most places is 250,000 now.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
getting
three
at.
times the price.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is absolutely true, man. It takes money to take a dump right now. It takes more money to take a dump compared to 90s. When
In 95, like a truck would be like 22, 23 grand. Now it's 50 to 60. Like that's a
everything,
spike.
but to
I
give
was gonna
into the
say.
perspective, even the earning, our salary, the way we earn money has also increased, right? My dad used to like earn in triple digits. I'm earning in 5 to 6 digits right now. So there is so much of difference for the same amount of work, right? Even the salaries have
Mhm.
gone up. The way the amount of money we are earning, even that has gone up. We have to give credit
But
where it's due, man.
I was gonna say, but also your money increases, but the spend the amount of money that you have to spend on how do you say, things that you use in a home, like gas, electricity, and that kind of stuff, also went up in price.
Hmm.
So your salary is kind of rising up in price with the things that you use, or consume. So
So, one more thing. Nunaya brings in a nice perspective. He says, I predict a slew of indies. They may bolster the already good partnerships with development studios in
oh
Japan. It's
yeah, I
about
almost
that
forgot.
time for a pendulum swing. Yeah,
Oh
dude.
yeah, small titles. There's a
Pendulum.
couple of them that I'm also watching. Yeah, he's got a point though.
That's a
small titles should
beautiful
not be
bar
forgotten.
he brought in. Pendulum, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna take its own goddamn time to start swinging. It's inertia, as you know, with Newton's first law of physics. If there is inertia, it's gonna be in that state. The moment it starts moving, the moment it starts gaining traction. Have you guys noticed the moment you flip the pendulum almost like beyond 45 degrees and leave it? Do you know how long it takes for the pendulum to stop swinging? It takes a goddamn time. But for it to start swinging, it's gonna take a lot of effort to push it in the right direction. But once it starts swinging, there is no stopping. That is what is happening with the PlayStation. We're going to talk about that in the next topic, which we're going to see and devolve in depth regarding all the acquisitions. Before that, I was giving my predictions. I said right from the get go, they're going to announce Bluepoint Games being acquired by Sony. They welcome them and they then show a kick-ass trailer. There is second prediction, I feel. I don't know who owns the IP rights right now. I'm gonna say Legacy of Kain, man. The fuck?
Hey,
Shit!
yeah. Now that's
They-
a game that I would love to see back
Yeah.
though.
I played every goddamn one of
Man.
them. The Soul Reaver, the Legacy of Kain 1 and 2.
I was
Those
gonna
ga-
say.
those games were beyond their time back in the day. I don't know who developed those games. Any idea, Tornado?
Eidos back in the day, I believe.
Yeah,
Eidos.
correct.
I think you're right. I think it was Adios Montreal, wasn't
And
it?
Crystal Dynamics, I believe. And Eidos was pretty much the publisher, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, that's
back
true.
in the day.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure who holds it though, but Crystal Dynamics, of course, is a studio that still exists. So I'm actually inclined to say that it's either Crystal Dynamics that still holds it. You
Yeah.
know?
So that is my second prediction. I'm gonna say either Metal Gear Solid 1.
Hey,
If not,
if
not
Sony
Legacy
shows
of
up as a
Kain,
remake,
I'm gonna give you a third
people are
one,
crying.
Tornado. I think you're gonna agree upon that. A
Square
complete.
Enix Europe has the publishing rights right now. It
Oh
was
shit.
Crystal Dynamics, then
Ah.
Eidos Interactive.
Never mind, man.
So
Okay.
it's dead.
Fuck.
But there
Yeah.
were rumors that Legacy of Kain was in development.
Sell it.
Yeah. They might sell that. Not even sell. They just can
Give
give.
it to Bluepoint.
They
Give
can,
it to
they can do it,
Bluepoint.
man, based on their track
Give
record.
it to Bluepoint.
Anyone can trust
Give it to
Bluepoint at
Bluepoint.
this point, looking at what they achieved with Demon Souls with zero fucking ray tracing, man. I
I
cannot
was gonna
even
say,
believe.
I don't even care about the ray tracing, man. As far as I'm concerned, they put a cracking game down. They put a cracking game on the store, released it, and put the best effort to it.
Have you guys compared Demon Souls on the PS5 to any other Dark Souls games? It is not even comparable, my dude. It's not just a fucking remaster. It's a complete remake. That's how I felt. Only the mechanics felt dated because that's how beautiful the game ran. If you change the mechanics and fasten the pace, it's not Demon Souls anymore. That's the reason they stuck with that shit. Here's my third prediction. The third prediction is gonna be a shocker. Castlevania coming back again.
Hey, yo,
Did I touch a nerve there?
He's getting all of them.
I saw him.
Did they buy all Konami's IP?
Yo, Castlevania, I'd lose my shit. Damn.
How's that? Turn, you've been silent, dude. What do you have to say regarding any of these three, man? Are you happy for
Man,
getting any
I
of
pray
these
to the
three?
gods, it's true, man. If that were the case, and if it's half as good as, like, say, the Castlevanias that I hold dear to my heart, like Symphony of the Night and
Mm.
Castlevania 4 on the Super Nintendo, you know, and
Yeah.
even to a certain extent,
Oh,
Bloodlines for the
Super
Mega Drive
Castlevania.
or Genesis.
Dude,
If
I'm
it can hold up to the quality of those three, hey, we're
Tornado.
We're
Come
sorted.
on, man. You're giving me a hard time. I'm getting goosebumps just going back
done.
through my memory lane, playing these games as a kid, dude.
Damn, man, yo, again. You know, yo,
Grown ass
Yeah,
men.
even if they just redo Symphony of the Night, please.
yo,
Shit.
we're done.
Oh my god, that was
Day
probably
one,
my
man.
Metal Gear Solid,
Day-
for original PlayStation, like my 3 favorite games.
Yo. I'm
So
gonna
there is
Metal Gear
one more
Solid,
favorite game for me,
Symphony
but
of the
it's
Night,
not gonna
Symphony.
happen
That's
ever.
actually my. I don't know if you see my logo on here, but can you see what it is? I mean, come on.
Yeah, dude. I see you.
Man,
I see you, man. I never noticed it, but now I'm
it's
noticing.
not even take my money. I'm like, where can I put my money down? And I'll pick my copy up when it's available, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
Let me know. I'll
Bam.
be at your door waiting for that shit.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna get the first copy out of the box, man, when it's printed.
So Cold Blood Sensei says Last of Us factions. Yeah, man. I have thought about it real
Hey, I was gonna
deep.
say
I thought
they were
about
gonna
this
bring some sort
shit
of multiplayer thingy
regarding
on
the
Last of Us 2?
event, right? So I'm getting to your question. I'm just talking about the Bluepoint and all the games they can remake for the PS5 exclusively. Screw cross-gen.
Man.
I'm talking about exclusively. So one was MGS one. The next one was Castlevania, and the next one, as I mentioned, Legacy of Kain. There is a fourth one which is
Yeah,
not gonna
man.
happen in a million years, but I used to love this game. Every single entry in the franchise, it defined my childhood as well. The music, the soundtrack. I even listened to the rock remake of the soundtrack. I'm talking about Contra. It's not gonna happen. Absolutely
Yo,
not.
Probotector in the West here for us though. Man,
Contra,
yeah,
dude.
so you get
Contra is my
dude.
childhood, man. Come on.
Damn.
That what is that? The jungle stage, all that laser stage.
Yo.
I even remember all those tunes, even to this day.
Hey, we used to play the Super Nintendo version, me and a friend of mine. It was fucking hard as balls though, but
It was Super
damn, the
Contra,
soundtrack
right?
was
It was
fucking
Super Contra
awesome.
on the SNES.
Yo.
It is hard as shit. I was playing it a couple weeks ago. They have it was $5
The
for
collection, right?
like
Yeah.
the Contra pack or whatever on PlayStation. Fuck that
Yeah,
game's
yeah.
hard.
Man,
See, all
but
these
still,
games.
the music was fucking fantastic though.
There is one more game which
Damn.
defined my childhood because
Hey,
we are
dog, stop
talking
it, man.
about this
I got
shit.
goosebumps all over my body, man. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop
One more
it.
game which gave me goosebumps. I used to think about multiple ways to kill a boss and get its power. Kill a boss, get its power. What game am I talking about? Mega Man.
Monster Rancher. No, just
Mega
kidding.
Man.
Oh, Mega
Rockman.
Man, yo. Hey, stop it, Doc. Stop it, man. Stop it.
I'm touching
not
all
funny,
the
man.
Good thing my kid's
nostalgia
not
tonight.
listening.
People were saying we
Damn.
talk about Xbox. We talk about Game Pass. Fuck you, people. We love video games
Man, Game
because
Pass can suck a dick,
we
man.
love
Suck that shit.
Nintendo and Sony.
Sorry about the
Period.
language, yo,
Nobody
folks,
cares
but
about Game
serious,
Pass,
man.
man.
See,
Fuck this shit.
as a toddler, not even toddler, at least as a kid,
Damn, man.
before the teenage age, Nintendo defined our childhood. During our teenage and in our 30s or even in our 20s, Sony has defined with its PlayStation our passion for video games. That's it. That's period. There is no more discussions here. There might be a fine edge when we loved playing Gears, we loved playing Halo back in the day because that was the one platform before the advent of Call of Duty. I respect Gears, the very first two entries, as well as the Halo, the initial
You
games
didn't like 3?
on the 360. Beyond that, man, I completely broke my ties right from the Xbox One days. I never went into the Xbox side. So Nelson, I think you got a better idea, right? You still own an Xbox One. Is it One S or One X?
X.
X, beautiful. 6 teraflop monster.
It wasn't anything monstrous. It was.
Oh, man. Hey, let me put it just up front,
Oh,
man.
one
I'm
sec.
just gonna cut in.
A1 PlayStation
My-
Pegasus is
I
here.
did buy a
He
lot
says,
of
"What's up,
third-party
Doc?"
on it, though.
So A1 PlayStation Pegasus, just to give you a rundown, we are breaking down the PlayStation Experience July event. This is a prediction. So you can go ahead in the live chat with your predictions. I said It's gonna start off with Sony acquiring Bluepoint Games, and they're gonna announce either of these three games. First, Legacy of Kain. Next, Metal Gear Solid Remake. Next, Castlevania. These were my predictions. They're gonna show a 10-second teaser of either of these games being made from the ground up for the PlayStation 5. Exciting times. We're gonna lose shit. We're gonna dance naked in our rooms if it's gonna happen. Fuck you. I'm acting like a kid right now. I'm gonna
Oh man.
remove my pants and I'm gonna dance in my room. If Metal Gear
Yo, I
Solid happens, dude, just
Yo,
imagine.
if it's Metal Gear Solid, my
Shit.
neighbors might be calling the cops because I might be
Can
going
you-
running down the street bare ass naked, waving my clothes.
We are gonna hold you accountable, dude. I think
Oh,
I
man.
played safe, seeing that I'm gonna go naked in my room. You took it to the next level, Nelson.
Well,
Come
if
on.
it's Metal Gear, I mean, out of those three,
Oh,
I don't mean
man.
I'd take any three of those any day. But if it's Metal Gear, something bad's gonna happen.
But I'm pissed off. Do you guys know I'm pissed off about three franchises which are very close to my heart? Four franchises indeed. One is the Tomb Raider. I love the reboot of the Tomb Raider by Crystal Dynamics, but it doesn't have that life, that passion. Something is missing in it. There is nothing which is like pushing that game like what Uncharted did, right? Tomb Raider was the first game which put that exploration aspect of it. All the tombs and shit. I loved Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I loved the tombs.
Legends of
all the-
Abyss and the Tombs.
yeah, the tombs were amazing in that game. But the thing is, I hated how cheesy and fucked up the entire storyline was. I know there's gonna be some amount of mythological creature. There might be some amount of history behind it. The moment she goes into a tomb which was lost in existence since like centuries, dude, and she finds a machine gun or a turret in that tomb. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here. Can you find a turret or a machine gun in a tomb which is like centuries old? That's how fucked up
Nah,
it was.
man.
So
Nah.
beyond that, one more franchise which I want to make a huge comeback. As I mentioned, Contra was one. As I mentioned, Ninja Gaiden, man. I really, really want the next Ninja Gaiden to be incredible. It's hard
Ooh.
as nails. It is incredibly tough, and it's not for the what do you say, faint of heart. And there is one more franchise which I really, really miss. That is the Prince of Persia. I love the
Mm.
PlayStation 2 trilogy, the Warrior Within, which was that again. I don't the Sands of Time, Warrior Within, and there was a third game, something related to the king or something. I love that shit. The Sands of Time was beautiful. There is a remake which is coming, but it looks trash.
It looked terrible.
Terrible.
You might as well just play the PlayStation 2.
It looks god awful,
I'm,
man.
I'm, I'm, I'm,
It
I
looks
don't
like a
want to spoil
PS3.
anyone's happy feeling or party mood, but isn't Sense of Time, aka Prince of Persia, Ubisoft or Ubi Trash, I should say?
That's
But
probably the problem. They've really
Yeah, I was
turned
gonna
into a
say
big
that's
pile
why
of
I said
shit.
I didn't want to rain on
I think
anyone's
that might be
parade
just
though. But
dead.
as soon as you mentioned, that's why you didn't hear me though.
but
That's why I was
there
quiet
is
because I was
one
like,
thing
okay,
which
and happy feeling is
Ubisoft
gone.
does constantly. Do not
It's
forget that.
dead.
They sell
Splinter Cell's
games.
dead.
Their games
I
sell
know,
out, dude. No matter what the fuck they
I
do,
know,
no matter how
I
much
know.
people curse. I bought recently, I was cursing Ubisoft, right? I bought Valhalla. I played it on the PS5. It looks phenomenal, but the
Nah,
basic
you wouldn't see me touching
design,
any game of
the
these guys, man. No
basic
fucking way.
design is flawed. It's
No
just like
fucking way.
running around circles. They introduce multiple aspects to make the side quests better, but still I hated it. I played like 40 hours on Assassin's Creed Valhalla on the PS5 because it ran beautifully on the performance mode. But the thing is, after a certain point of time, you'll be running around in circles, waiting for the movie, oh, what do you say, the story to progress, and you'll lose the interest. You will be like looting, shooting, and not shooting, at least hacking and slashing, again looting,
I was
again
gonna
doing
say,
a
fishing
raid.
anyone.
It's like rinse and fucking repeat. The,
It,
the
it It is. It's. I spent all my time looking at treasure. I got 111 hours into that game. I bought
Yeah.
it day one, and I was like, "This is
Dude.
my last fucking Ubisoft game. I pay over $20 for it ever again."
I agree, dude.
I beat you guys to it, man. I already said that shit in 2016.
I
Up to
bought.
this day.
Jesus Christ.
See,
Yeah,
I
I
bought.
was done with them after the division.
That's
I
beautiful.
gave up on
At least you
Ubisoft.
made the right choice.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
shit.
You made the
did you-
right choice, not giving them enough
you were
money.
smart faster.
I wasted money even on their
I gave up
other
on them.
game, which is that, which came out, Watch Dogs Legion. I even bought that.
I wouldn't buy that shit. Those
Oh,
are terrible.
man.
I know that shit, man. The reason I bought it because after
Doc,
playing
why
Miles
did you buy it,
Morales,
man?
I saw a multiple gameplay footages of people hyping up how beautiful the ray tracing was on that game, and somehow I
my
copped
God.
out, and that was my bad. I played it, and the story is horrible. It's cheesy. It's fucked up, and there is no sense of progression. The only one saving grace is it's cocky. It has this sense of humor, which is gonna make you play for 10 hours, and then gonna say, "Fuck this! I'm gonna delete it from the system." That's what I did. I hate myself for that shit, man.
Ouch, Doc. Ouch.
If at all
had
they
to install
release,
the Ivory card, Doc.
I spent
Why?
$100 on Valhalla day one, and they still want me to grind for resources or
fuck them,
pay.
man, and kept they
Like
even
what?
they even have the balls to lock certain cosmetics behind those what is that
Yeah,
currency
$100
again?
wasn't enough. They want
Yeah.
more.
And people are complaining
Single
about
player game, man.
shit.
What the hell,
Mhm.
man?
I paid $100 day one for that shit.
See,
and
I
they
even
still want me to pay for this and pay for that. It's like I gave you $100.
I was gonna say
And it's not even a good
what more do you
game.
want from me, man?
see. I think even I bought and
Damn.
played Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the PS4 Pro.
That's the only one I've liked in a long time.
I liked it because I loved Cassandra as a character. I loved the voice acting of her and a little bit of the lore and shit like that because it revolves around Greece, right? It's always beautiful to be in Greece.
Yeah, I like that history. I
That
put over
history
8 days
is
on it on Xbox.
always incredible. So I loved the shit out of the game. I even went on and got a couple of microtransactions because I played almost like 80 hours into the game. See, that's what I do. The moment I feel that I'm enjoying the game more than what I paid for, I try to like give the developers, and if at all I see that with this cosmetic it's gonna give a breath of fresh air for me, I'm gonna do that, but not with this kind of practices they do, like trying to completely lock.
The whole map is just
Yeah.
treasure shit. where you
Dude,
just
I
look for
am
treasure all
done
damn
with
game.
that
Jesus Christ.
map, dude. The Witcher 3, no matter how beautiful the game is, apart if it wasn't based on a beautiful book written by a world renowned author, it would have been as trash as Cyberpunk. Correct me if I'm wrong. If it wasn't based on that huge lore which was developed not by the studio, not by CD
Oh,
Projekt
man.
Red. They did not write the script, dude. It was based on a fucking
I have
wildly
those books.
successful
Was it a tabletop?
novel.
No. Wait. Not a tabletop game, but Mike Pondsmith was the guy that actually created this cyberpunk. What was it? Pen and paper game. That's what it's based off. I know it's from Mike Pondsmith though. What is it
Mhm.
called? Is this a tabletop game or pen and paper? What's the thingy
So
actually?
there's books. I have the books.
Dude, the moment you see, we
Let me
got
look it up.
OCD, right?
Now I need to
As
know what it is.
people, you guys remember, there are, just imagine this. I'm gonna give this scenario to all you people on the live chat. Say hi, hit the like button, support with super chat. Anyways, my point here is, I'm gonna give you a scenario, Nelson, Thurin, and Tornado. There is a hallway which branches in two different paths. Just imagine you're playing an action adventure game. Back in the day, in the PlayStation 2 days, there is a hallway. At the end of the tunnel, there are two branching paths. One goes to the left, the other goes to the right. There is no indication which is the right path to progress the main story, and which is the path which can take you to a treasure or a side quest. Okay, this was back in PlayStation 2 days. The moment you go towards the left path, for instance, if you choose the left path, there is a cutscene. How do you feel about that? Immediately, I would have done I would have closed the game. I would have loaded the previous save. I would have gone to the right, picked up that treasure or that side quest, and then come back and go to the left so that I can progress the main story. This is how we are fed since childhood. We, no matter whether you guys agree or not, we playing video games, we have that OCD, obsessive compulsive kind of shit, wherein we want to collect everything. We want to see every nook and cranny, especially while playing. Open world games are recent. I'm talking about old ass games which had these kind of mechanics. What do you guys have to say, man? Don't you feel like you want to do everything on the map? Aren't the maps in The Witcher 3, all the fucking Ubisoft games, don't they give you a headache the moment you see the map filled to the brim with question marks, filled to the brim with exclamatory
There's a
points,
certain
filled to the brim with quick access zones and all the side quests? Isn't that headache inducing? You guys can go on, man. Nelson, what do you have to say regarding this kind of game design? Is it good? I don't think, I do not love this shit, man. I
It's
can
chaotic.
only
I
take.
love The
Cluttering.
Witcher 3, but like you said, the stories are from books, so all the side quests and missions are meaningful, but they didn't write them either.
Yeah,
So
but what's your answer to my question? Saying Ubisoft games and most of the open world games who flood the map with icons, is it good? Doesn't it give a headache to you?
yeah, all the Assassin's Creed games they're made in the same
Template, right?
the same
Gonna say, they're
template. It's the
using
same formula.
kind of basic structure
They have
slash
they
template
use six
slash whatever you want to
studios.
call it.
They use 6 studios, 1,200 people work on them, and they all have a section that they do, and they just it's like an assembly line.
Yep.
That's
All of
true.
them use the same template, man. If you
I
fire up
hate
a
that
number
shit.
of Ubisoft games, you'd be surprised to see how much
They're all like that. They
information or
have
the HUD element, it looks almost exactly the same. It functions the same. It almost looks the same. Maybe a different color here and there or a different kind of shape, but they
Mm.
all do the same thing, man.
What about you,
They all
Taran,
do the
man?
same thing.
Taran, you've been silent. What's up? What do you think about this kind of map design? Do you like that fact that your maps are flooded with multiple pointers for you to they are basically babysitting you. They're basically spoon feeding you as to like, go here, do this fetch quest. Go here, scratch that NPC's butt. Go here, scratch that what do you say,
I'm
another
surprised the game
donkey's
doesn't even
ass.
say like scratch your balls.
we
Go
talking about
here.
Skyrim?
I'm
Yet.
not even joking, man. Damn.
Yeah, see, Cold Blood Sensei in the live chat says Ubisoft games became fetch quest simulators. Absolutely agree, man.
They
That's
did.
what
They
we are.
copied Bethesda.
Facts, man.
That's what we are
They
talking about.
copied Bethesda.
Facts.
People have been shitting around on my channel too long, saying that we talk about Xbox, Game Pass. Fuck you, people. We've been
Nah,
here
it's not
before
it's
the
not even in my
Xbox was
mind at the
born.
moment, believe
We've
me.
been gamers
Far from it.
before Microsoft even got into the gaming space. Go fuck your service. Go have your high. As long as there are games, there are zero games even to this day. Zero exclusives. I do not want to make this podcast into like talking shit about Xbox. We are not talking shit.
Nah,
Come
nah,
on, man.
we're
We are
not in
pointing
that, man.
facts. You people stop pestering me, as I mentioned at the start of the show. Stop pestering all the beautiful dudes at PlayStation and Nintendo. Stop pestering us with Game Pass ads. Stop pestering us as to how we need to spend our goddamn money. Get the fuck out of here. We are not gonna talk about your shitty ass console,
yeah.
which has
Facts.
nothing, which is gonna be a selling point of it. If a person loves Spider Man, if a person wants to play the best version of Spider Man Miles Morales, PlayStation 5 is the best console to get. If a person loves Ratchet and Clank as a kid, and you want the next generation cutting edge graphics, which pushes the industry forward when it comes to like delivering that Pixar level of quality, PlayStation 5 is the only console wherein you can play Ratchet and Clank. If you want the beautiful, dreaded atmosphere, which is gonna give you nightmares for the number of times you die, number of times you repeat the cycle, Returnal is the game which is gonna fit that bill because the 3D audio in the game, and that beautiful gameplay loop, it is exclusive to the PlayStation 5. And if you're a huge hardcore fan, if you love playing Demon Souls, this is the best generation to get in because it is exclusive to the PlayStation 5. See how many reasons I gave to all you peasants out there. These are the
It's funny.
many reasons to get into a PlayStation 5. Give me one damn motherfucking reason to get into an Xbox. If not, shut the fuck up, get out of my channel, hit that dislike button. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, Tornado, you're saying something.
It's funny that you're mentioning that, Doc. Demon Souls. I once asked a question before I actually came here in the Roundtable Discord podcast, and I
Yeah.
asked that guy like, show me a game that is just as good as Demon Souls on Game Pass. I have yet to get an answer to this day from that guy. He's called what was his name?
I
Um,
think he sold his soul.
Dust,
He
I
might have
believe,
sold his
something
soul
like that.
after that
Dusk.
question.
But it's funny
You can
though,
go a
and
lot farther back than Demon Souls.
I know, but it was just funny though. But the guy was actually, I remembered his name, and I saw him once in the that was a couple of months when the game was released.
Dude, fuck Demon
And I
Souls,
asked him that
dude.
question again, and he was
Tell them
laughing,
to
you
show
know.
a game better than Bloodborne on Game Pass.
Yeah, that's true.
Show me a
The
game
Bloodborne, you can even put
better
Bloodborne
than
as an example.
Bloodborne on Game Pass. Or get the fuck out of here. See,
Damn,
Shit, Metal Gear Solid 4.
I was gonna
Xbox
say they ain't
Series
got it.
X
They
is
ain't
that
got it.
bastard child. There is no reason for its existence apart from bragging rights. I got like shell shocked looking at the US market for the very first goddamn time. The Xbox Series X and S outsold the PlayStation 5 by a couple of thousand consoles in the US, right? What was the reason? I'm stunned.
They shipped them elsewhere.
Might be. Might be. I'm not saying you people
I'm
don't
just
enjoy.
gonna ask these people like, okay, so you got one, but what are you playing then? That would be my question.
Oh, what's up? Cyber Dragon is here to drop the bars. Hopefully, Cyber Dragon is not too goddamn busy like he was in my previous rant video. He was busy at work. Hopefully, man. It's my bad for showcasing this show on a Monday for all you beautiful souls out there, which is still, I think, in the morning or the afternoon. For me, it's like goddamn midnight. Anyways,
Yeah, for me it's already
Cyber Dragon
evening.
says, sub chat, mods, panel, and our host, Dr. Shivira. It's always great to have you, Cyber Dragon, as well as Nunaya, and all you beautiful people here. People discredit PlayStation gamers and they want to lump us together with all these motherfucking beggars. To all these people who do not give two shits about buying video games. Have you guys listened? 96% of the sales. Do you know what game I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, the
96.
Dark Alliance one.
Yeah. 96% of the sales came
Hey,
from PS4 and
if
PS5.
I was
Dude,
gonna say if I were seeing
And we
those
have how
numbers,
many games to choose from?
but here's the
shit.
thing: if this is if I were a publisher and I would see these numbers, and believe me, publisher looking at this, at one point some of these publishers, outside of other ones, they're gonna be like, maybe it's best we cut a deal with Sony or Nintendo because we're actually selling shit over there.
See, shall I give you a fine example? You
That's
you
simple.
brought in a beautiful point,
I'm on
Tornado.
record for saying that a while ago.
Yeah. See,
Damn, man, this
Nelson.
drives that point home, now.
Yeah.
The bigger Game Pass gets, the less third party is going to want to support it.
Absolutely.
Exactly. It's gonna be like the way that how it went for Sega with the Dreamcast. That was sad to say, you know. But they couldn't keep up with Sony with the PS2 though. They were too big, at the time. And Sega was hemorrhaging for money, And a lot of third parties actually kind of left Sega hanging
did you
high
fucking
and dry
say hemorrhaging
back in
for
the day.
money?
Yeah, Sega, back in the day when they were
Dude,
with the Dreamcast.
Yeah, but
This is
Sega
what
couldn't
we
afford it.
get from Tornado. Give it up, man. He
Yeah.
used a medical term in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
Hemorrhaging
know.
for money. Beautiful. Go
Yeah.
on, man.
So basically, we're now in 2021. What I'm talking about was back in 1999, circa 2001, right? When Sega was around with the Dreamcast. And I look at Xbox in the situation that they're in right now with the Game Pass, and it's the same thing. keep in mind
See,
that I'm surprised that they're still actually buddies with EA. That they actually put EA Play on their Game Pass.
they would have given
Sega
us some
didn't.
money to put it, man.
Hey,
It's
Those
not
those
about buddy. It's
those
all
are
about
those
business,
are
dude.
about the microtransactions.
listen,
Yeah.
listen. Back in the day, Sega didn't have that luxury with the Dreamcast. You either had EA in your back, pretty much holding your back.
Yeah,
If you
dude.
didn't
Satya
have them,
Nadella
and that
did not run Sega. That's a problem.
no, no, no. True, true. But here's the thing: if you didn't have EA as a publisher with you, and believe it or not, they were pretty much the biggest publisher back in the day. You were pretty much screwed with your hardware platform. And it's weird to say that now these days, though. EA is not that big of a deal now these days. They're not running the show, even though that their games are on each and every platform, but they're not the biggest anymore.
Yeah.
Let's say 1 or 2 decades ago, it was a different story altogether.
Yeah,
But
totally
but
agree.
these
Yeah.
Yeah.
these days, not anymore.
So, Taran, you want to say something before I go on with my 1 minute of reflection of what Tornado said?
Not really.
What about you, Nelson?
Not really. No.
So, here's my take. I think Tornado brought up a beautiful point, as well as you, Nelson. My take here is just imagine this. Just imagine Dark Alliance made $100 million. This is all rhetorical. There is no any fine numbers here. Just imagine they made $100 million from all the sales of Dark Alliance. 96,000 came from PlayStation side, from the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5, and $4,000 came from the Xbox side.
Million.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Next,
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
what it means, yeah.
so
It ain't even
I
worth
think we will.
developing on that many goddamn Xboxes.
What
for.
about
say.
what about a huge publisher, a huge developer who is making a AAA game? Just take Capcom with Resident Evil Village, 80%,
I was gonna
89,
say.
yeah, almost like
Damn.
81, sorry, 81% of the sales came from the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 4 versions.
Oh,
Only
speaking of which, I
only
can take another.
19% came from the Xbox side, right? Just
I got
take this.
another.
There is one more example.
I was gonna say.
Biomutant. Biomutant
got-
also has 80 to 20. Yeah, what example? Tornado.
We're going a little bit back though. In 2018, Red
Mhm.
Dead Redemption 2. Even though a lot of people might not care about the game, but keep in mind that 73% of the copies were sold on PS4. Just saying, That's also another example from all
Yeah.
of the copies sold of
And,
that game.
Shit.
Game Pass wasn't big back then either.
So-
Exactly. So
so-
that's already telling,
Okay,
That was
I'm gonna give
2018.
one more example, which recently transpired. 80% of sales from Scarlet Nexus were on the PlayStation platforms. 20% was on the Xbox. So here we go. So if we club everything up, we get around 80 to 85% sales from the PlayStation platforms and 15% from the Xbox. That is like a general consensus based on multiple multi-platform games which are launched in the current generation. Just imagine this. If I'm Jim Ryan, if I'm running Sony, if I pay that $15 million, forget 15, $20 million, won't I get a bunch of these dudes, bunch of these creatives who make amazing AAA games get to sign that exclusivity deal with PlayStation? Because
it's gonna happen.
yeah,
I made that
80% of
prediction
sales
for
are
GTA,
coming.
They're funding it.
Yeah,
When
they're
they're
funding
funding
it.
it,
with GTA, folks.
Dude.
Believe me, it's gonna happen.
See,
That's
Deviation
why they're
Games.
getting all these big independent
They got a
studios signing up
strategic
with them.
partnership, folks. Don't forget about that with Rockstar.
Oh,
They got
one
a
second.
strategic partnership.
Sylvia Lemon, what's up, brother? He says, he doesn't say anything. Thanks for the super sticker of $5. Move on.
Oh, cool,
Cold
cool.
Blood Sensei says, playing Scarlet Nexus right now. It's awesome. Yeah, dude, I've been sharing a lot of video clips and screenshots on my Twitter. My handle is right up on top on my YouTube, whatever you're watching right now, at Srivira. You can follow me. I've been sharing that shit. I love that. I'm gonna share all our Twitter handles, myself, Taran Singh, Nelson, as well as Tornado, who is not too crazy on Twitter. Anyways, I'm gonna share
Yeah,
all
I'll,
of us
I'll
handles.
make an effort of doing a little bit more on it though.
So don't you guys feel amount of exclusivity deals which Sony is making. Deviation Games, they literally admitted on stage that they are enthralled to work with Sony, to get that support, to get that funding, to get that amount of, what do you say, insight, or even
Sport.
time,
They've
even
seen how
time.
they do things,
Yeah.
and they understand how they work things there, and they're all about that shit.
I
See,
was gonna say creative freedom as well.
They
That also
they
plays
they
a
seen
big part, though.
they
so
seen the
I'm gonna give you
formula,
one
and
more
they
example. I'm gonna give you one more example to compare like Xbox Game Studios from the PlayStation 5. Just imagine you got a phone call, Nelson, just tonight. Nelson, I heard that you got a 6 to 8 inch donger. I want to hire you for this B grade porn movie, which is gonna go live on Pornhub. Are you gonna sign it up? We're gonna give you $100,000 as a signing bonus, and we're gonna give you free Viagra. And then, very 15 minutes later, you're gonna get another phone call saying, "We heard that you got so much of skill, acting talent, as well as these making out all these action scenes. We are working with Sylvester Stallone, who is gonna play your father. You're gonna play his son. It is gonna be a boxing movie, and it's gonna be produced by Universal Studios, and Spielberg is actually directing the movie. So, which option are you gonna choose?"
you know the answer.
But the
to
second
that.
option did not mention you what the signing bonus
He-
was.
I was
Which
gonna say,
option?
why would you get your face bashed up if you can actually
Dude, this
bump and
question was
dump
for
and
Nelson, man. Don't, what
It's
do
a
you say,
movie.
muddle it.
Nobody gets. It's like It's fake. I'll wear some makeup, look like Adrian, you know.
So, Umar
oh
Yusha is
man.
here. He says, "Yo, what's up,
Why
Umar?
do I
You
got
missed
juicy
out.
chicken, Mick?
You missed out so much on this podcast, man. It's pure
Oh man.
PlayStation tonight. We are not talking about the trash box. We are not talking about Game Pass. We said, pass, get the fuck out of here. We are hyped up for the next PlayStation fucking event, which is gonna go live this month. Come on, dude.
Oh, it's gonna happen. If it
It's
isn't this month, then next month. But one thing's for sure, it's gonna happen.
so.
And it's gonna be a blowout. Simple as. It's gonna
Oh,
rock.
come on, dude. I'm gonna make this so that it's audible on the live chat right now. Here's my clap. Do you know why? Umar Yusha finally managed to get a PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
Give
I
it
know. I
up
hit him on Astrobot
to Umar
last
Congratulations,
night.
man.
Yusha. Welcome to the family,
Yo.
my dude. You're always here. You're always a passionate gamer. We give so much respect to people who talk facts. Even if you own a fucking PS3 or a PlayStation 2 or a Nintendo Switch, as long as you do not have anything to do with an Xbox or anything which does stinky stuff whenever you go near it, whenever you see ads all over the place, we welcome you here on the PlayStation Vortex podcast, my dude.
I was gonna
Give it
say.
up to Umar Yusha. Nelson, you got anything to say to Umar, man? You know how long he's
No,
been
I
here.
already congratulated him, and I seen him online the other week, and I
Oh,
messaged him
nice.
and I was like, "Yo, you got a PS5?" He's like, "Yeah, I finally got one." I think it was last Wednesday. He said he got one, so
But
he's on my
That's
friends list. So
cool.
nice. What Tornado? Any words to Umar?
Well, I would say congratulations, man. Welcome
The
to the next gen.
elite.
I'd say
The elite.
that too. that too.
What
So
about you, Taran Singh? What's up, man?
I would say congrats, man. That's what I would say.
yeah, welcome
So
to the club.
I'm gonna say one thing to Umar Yusha. Dude, fuck everything. The moment you boot up your PlayStation 5, the moment you hook it up to your goddamn TV, you're gonna have the best intro ever. That is gonna happen only once, but do check it out. The intro with all the beautiful colors which display on the screen with the Sony PlayStation logo, it's gonna bring back memories to you. And do not forget, there is one more thing which is gonna always stay on your PlayStation as soon as you switch it on. Do you know what it is? It's the goddamn God rays. the god rays are always there on your user interface. Doesn't it look beautiful, man? I've seen many people saying they hate the PlayStation 5 user interface. I disagree strongly. I
What?
love the PlayStation 5 user
I hate the
interface.
organization on some of it, but as
It's
far
gonna
as
come, dude.
display, it's
It's
amazing.
very
It's
likable, but
very, very
it's crude.
responsible.
I
It's
agree,
crude. Yes,
Nelson.
in
Do
its
you know
execution, it's crude.
how the user interface looked
But it looks
at
nice though.
launch on the PlayStation 4?
I'll
It's
give you
gonna
that.
take time for them to fine tune it,
Yeah,
for
I
them
know.
to add
I'm signed up
folders.
for the beta too. There'll
They-
probably be some quality of life changes here in a couple months.
I'm expecting
Oh yeah,
folders. I'm
they'll figure it
expecting
out.
That
themes.
reminds me, I
I
gotta check my
want,
email.
dude. Don't you agree? We are missing a huge thing on the PlayStation 5 after looking at the PlayStation 4 UI. The one thing which is missing, apart from how goddamn snappy, how beautifully integrated the PlayStation Network store is, there is only one thing which is missing. On the PlayStation 4, whenever I used to be playing a certain game which I used to fall in love with, I used to take multiple screenshots, right, with this share button, which is not shitty as fuck like the Xbox One. So what I'm saying is, the moment I take that screenshot, I used to make it the wallpaper. I used to integrate that with a certain
Oh yeah,
theme which I used to get for
Yeah,
pre-ordering
yeah,
that's
games.
a function that they don't
Why the
have
Yeah.
fuck
yet on
are we
PS5.
not
Yeah,
getting?
yeah.
Why the fuck are we not getting more avatars, more themes? Forget themes; they have not integrated on the PS5. One of the reasons I got the digital deluxe edition of Returnal was because we get a couple of avatars, right? So I like the official avatars the moment they release on the PS5. Why didn't we get the avatar set for Ratchet and Clank? It would have been beautiful, right?
Yeah,
Why not? Why
true.
the
Yeah.
fuck not?
Yeah, that's true indeed.
I would have kept Revet or even Ratchet or even Clank as my avatar pick, but that's the one thing which is lacking, man. I think they need to one up their game when it comes to these kind of shit. But anyways, to Umar, it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna request you to do one thing. You're gonna go on a spending spree buying every single goddamn $70 game. I know that shit. But I'm gonna give you one advice. Do not buy a single motherfucking game on the PlayStation 5 yet. First, go and play Astrobot. Complete that game. Get that platinum trophy. You're gonna relive your childhood. You're gonna experience new sensations. It's like having sex with a virgin. It feels different, dude.
You see products were like, oh fuck, I forgot that existed.
Yeah? Voice got cut off, Nelson? For saying something?
Yeah, kids are noisy.
Yeah, I agree.
Playing with cats.
So he says he's playing Astro's Playroom. He loves the haptic feedback, adaptive triggers. Nice, man. So moving on. We got see the moment. Shall I tell you guys how we are able to wrap up the podcast without exceeding beyond like 5 hours or 6 hours? Because we spoke about Xbox. Because we spoke about Game Pass, the shit we hated. But the moment I start talking about the nostalgia, all that beautiful games we've been born and brought up with since so many decades, I cannot fucking stop the podcast within like the time frame of 4 or 5 hours, dude. That's the problem here. That's the huge problem. Anyways, what is the next topic you guys want to discuss? Before you think through your brains, I'm going to talk about. I was talking about the PlayStation event, which tomorrow is a Tuesday. They might announce it, and the event might happen on a Saturday or a Sunday. To all the people who have joined just now, this is the gist of it, which we're discussing. I said they're going to open the showcase with Bluepoint acquiring Bluepoint Studios with a huge ass 10-second clip of a remake. After that, I feel it's high time for them to show Kratos ripping a certain god and them showing how a cross-gen game on the PlayStation 5 is gonna look beyond anything we have seen, heard, or talked about. I think they might show God of War Ragnarok. I'm not absolutely sure. There were been many rumors that they're gonna show that on the upcoming event, and it's extremely hard nowadays because we cannot trust IGN, we cannot trust GameSpot, we cannot trust Kotaku, we cannot trust any goddamn
Outlet for that
outlet.
matter. Yeah,
Absolutely.
they
That's
can
the
all suck
problem
a
happening
dick.
right now. There is nothing. There is no hope. And we are so.
I ain't got no hope for them at all.
No, we are as close to Sony as all these outlets. Don't you agree? They communicate to us at the same time frame they decide to communicate with all these outlets. They PlayStation, as you guys know, they do certain collaborations with Game Informer, with wherein they go in depth. Look, you guys remember the Miles Morales shit they ran before the launch
Oh
of the
yeah,
game with Game Informer?
yeah, I remember that though.
They pick and choose. Why didn't they fucking choose IGN? Why didn't they fucking choose GameSpot,
Oh, there's a
which
there's
has
a, there's a
more,
good reason for
which
that.
has more subscribers, more fan base compared to Game Informer, because they do not inform games. They fucking inform their pussy ass perceptions and their way of getting paid from Microsoft, getting paid for shelling for a company which is at the brink of destruction. There is no role of that console to even exist. Show me a reason for it to exist. I'm gonna buy it. It's as simple as that. When your competitor has released like almost 4 to 5 AAA exclusives on a platform which launched in November, what's your excuse, dude? What's your excuse? When you're in the last place,
Mm.
you cannot depend on excuses. If it was
It's
the
not.
other way around, right? If Xbox came out of the gate with multiple games, there was already a new Halo released at launch. Just imagine. There was Halo Infinite at launch, and Craig did not look like shit. He had hairs on his balls, and he had proper amounts of testosterone. Just imagine that shit, along with a new Gears Highbusters expansion, which ran for over like 3 hours instead of under 3 hours. And people gave a shit about it who completed the game. Right now, it is sitting at like 2.9% completion. Go get a fucking life. Go get a pussy. Go do something which helps in your life rather than buy an
Oh
Xbox at this point.
man,
Do whatever the fuck you want. Don't buy an
It's at
Xbox.
3.15%. I'm one of those elite 3%. I
Dude.
use it 5% of the time. Gotta find something to play on the damn thing.
That's the problem, right? Do you know
oh
how
man.
much does that game cost if you don't have Game Pass? It is 19.99, right? It's $20. When a
Hmm.
game
That's just
like
for the expansion.
yeah,
They
when a
keep their
game
prices up on games on Game Pass too. I've noticed this. Well, I've shown you this.
absolutely, Nelson, that is a beautiful point. Let's
They
segue
keep them
into that.
sky high.
Let me not go into this a fucking rant here. This is not a rant video. This is a podcast, right? So I want
Yeah.
you to educate all these dumb motherfuckers who are saying, I got I got you, all you people here. Nelson Gaming is gonna bring down the house with facts. We are only talking facts here. You guys can think that we are fanboys, we're Sony ponies, and well, the fuck, when a pony has more money than a fucking Xbot, get the fuck out of this planet. A pony is an amazing, well bred horse where people even bet millions, billions of dollars just for the perfect pony to win a goddamn race. What the fuck are you? Are you bots? Are you androids? Get the fuck out of this planet. You people do not belong here. If you can compare a well fine bred horse to a robot, what the hell is wrong with you people? Anyways,
I was
Nelson,
actually
people, 1 second, Tornado, people were saying this was one point people were aggressive against the PlayStation dudes. This is all misinformation. We're gonna clear it out. So Ghost of New Orleans is here. He says, "What's up, guys? Shout out to the
Hey, there
panel.
he is.
This is gonna be the most beautiful podcast episode ever because we got Ghost of New Orleans, Nunai Business, Mariusha, as well as Cyber Dragon. How crazy is
Right.
that? All the
Nice.
OGs
The
on the
usual suspects
podcast
indeed.
together.
Yeah, man.
We are together. We are a bunch of ponies. We're gonna win races. We're gonna make millions and billions of dollars for people who bet on our asses. Bet on our
Kick,
asses. We're
playing
always
games,
right.
kicking ass, and taking names,
That's
pretty
it.
much.
See, dude, if you can talk the talk, very well be prepared to walk the walk. We are walking the walk right now. We are like feasting out here. We just to give an example, myself, Nelson, Tornado. See, I'm giving a simple example. I have spent more money on my PS5 purchasing software in this single month of June than your whole family of pussies who have bought an Xbox One or an Xbox Series X. Fuck you guys. We love $70 games. It's always beautiful here. The point
How did
was,
what was the comparison that I made, Doc? It's basically like you're a fisherman. Eh?
yeah,
You either go out to sea with a small little cheap fishing rod made out of a twig, with a small little piece of straw and a small little hook, eh? Or you come up with some professional fishing equipment, with lures and all kinds of stuff. It's the same how I see it with being on a
And a
PlayStation and being
battleship.
on an Xbox. You know,
dude, we just make
PlayStation is
fun.
pretty much the fishing kit with the nice ass rod with all of the lures and a nice fishing kit. And the
You
Xbox is kind of like the
people
poor
have
man's fishing
become,
rod with a small little string on it attached, and a goddamn cheap ass hook.
but that's better than a carrot hanging in front of a fucking donkey. You are the motherfucking donkey, and Phil Spencer has a carrot in front of your fucking
Dangling that in
faces.
front of you.
And there is a fucking half blindfold which is not
They're
allowing
still
you
trying to get it.
right? They're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it. There is one saying, there is one saying. Do not ever, do not ever, do not ever. Dude, what the fuck? I didn't even complete the sentence and already you're giggling, my dude.
I know because I chased that carrot for a while.
Fuck. See, there's a saying, right? There's a
I
saying.
ran my ass off. I just couldn't get it.
See.
Kept getting further and further away.
Shall I tell you one more saying?
Yeah.
Professional,
Go ahead, Doc.
a
There's that
professional.
dollar bill on a
Fuck
fishing line.
you guys.
Oh,
Just
man.
give me a moment to complete my goddamn sentence here. A professional pussy is always dangerous because the moment you get down to business, you're gonna be fucking the floor. She's gonna duck out of your ass and she's gonna charge full price for that shit. The moment you insert, you're gonna be right down into the carpet. That's how the say. I try to convert the saying into English, so that is the reason it doesn't fit in. But you guys get where I'm getting at. But one more point is, every single Xbox dude was saying there is one huge hidden benefit of subscribing to Game Pass Ultimate. Do you guys know what? All these ponies, they do not know. We get
What benefit
20%.
do they have, actually?
We get 20% goddamn discount. And we got multiple ways for us to save money when we buy games. For that, Nelson, don't you have an answer wherein you share? I saw multiple people share on Twitter of multiple games which are priced in a different way comparing to the Xbox marketplace and the PlayStation Network. What's your take on this,
It's
Nelson?
fucking
Take
crazy.
it.
I could never buy. I can't
Go
ever
on, Nelson.
buy older games on Xbox because of how much they cost.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
were
that's
comparing
great.
Outer
It's
Worlds,
15
right?
It's 15% off, but the game's 2 years old. I can get it for $12 on PlayStation. I don't have to pay 50 or 45 or 42.
Eh,
Like
still doesn't make sense, man.
Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah.
They priced
That's a
down
beautiful
the Ultimate
example.
Edition or whatever when Jez said this. It's already gone. The sale's already gone. Maybe it's for a week or whatever. It's back up to 90
Oh yeah,
for
Nelson
the
showed me a
Ultimate Edition
screenshot
or
of that
whatever.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
did.
man, it's
You know how much
insane
that
though.
Ultimate Edition was right now on the PS4? It's
Yeah,
not 90,
yeah, it
13.50.
was. I was gonna say 13, $14, something like that.
Yeah,
And on
yeah.
Xbox it was almost like 6 to 7 times even higher than that. And
Dude,
I'm like, huh, what?
so
Yo, it must be kidding.
order food because it's a pandemic and it's very difficult for us to go out and have these fine dine experiences. You all guys understand where I'm getting at. What I'm saying is, I see a bunch of ads, bunch of restaurants having this buy two, get one free. Buy one, get one free, right? There is this beautiful sushi place near my house where usually because of the pandemic, they have shut down the stores, but they deliver. They do the house delivery shit. So I go to the app, I order food from there. The sushi place, I usually order like a nice ramen noodles with a nice cider and shit like that. It usually costs like three. I do not want to get into comparisons into like different currencies and shit. Just imagine it's like $200. And there is one more restaurant which says buy one get one free, and the one costs you like $200. So what exactly are you saving? It's all like tomfoolery surrounding how they are brainwashing people and making them believe that Game Pass is giving more discounts. Do you guys know? Have you guys, any of you guys played Oxenfree?
Oh, not me.
That's one of the
N-
beautiful
No.
indie games. I'm gonna type it in the live chat. If you guys have played Oxenfree, it's one of the most beautifully voiced, most emotionally moving indie games. They have recently announced Oxenfree 2 to be in development, which is going to drop anytime in 2022. So, Oxenfree is an indie game. It's a low budget game. Do you guys know how much there was a discount during that spring sale they had last year?
It's
95% discount.
crazy.
95% discount on Oxenfree. It was like basically free of price. It was like already the game was like $15. After 95% discount, do you guys know how much it cost me? $1.5 just to get that game, dude. Can you imagine the
Not
same
much.
shit happen on the Xbox side? They're gonna give you 20% discount. Come suck my what do you say? Whatever the fuck. Come.
Yeah, the discounts they do have are not games that have been on Game Pass recently, and it's a very small selection when they do have good discounts or their publisher. Like PlayStation has a variety; it's not just a publisher.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Like they have the spring sales, the summer sales, whatever. But they do have some good. Oh, God.
But the problem is the sales always happen on the PlayStation, right? Every single month right now. Have you guys noticed? Every month there is a certain sale. Either there is
I was gonna say.
big in Japan sale, either there is
Yeah,
a
and,
spring sale,
and they got weekend deals as
weekend
well,
deals,
or
end of
deal
the
of the
month
weekend
sales.
also. Yeah,
So many,
there's
so much.
always something.
That is how myself, Nelson, and all you people, like, we are buying more than what we can play. Dude, I'm gonna give you a simple example, man. I've got like 580 games on my PlayStation 4 library. I think I might have finished like 150 to 200 out of them. I still got like 300 games which haven't even touched because all these sales are spoiling my ass. The moment there is sales, this is my sincere advice to you. If you do not have time, if you are still busy playing these huge ass exclusives like Ratchet and Clank or any of the games which recently launched either on the PS5 or on PS4, do not fucking go to that page. Do not even look at what is supplied to you as part of a sale, man. That is how we end up buying more shit than we actually have time to play. I don't think I got enough time to go back and play any of that shit anytime soon. What do you have to say regarding this, Nelson? Aren't we getting spoiled by all these sales, man? Oh, Nelson is muted. I think he's busy with his kid. What about you, Tornado Man? I think you also end up buying more shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. If I see something on sale, for instance, heck, even though it's a small amount of money, I even bought the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition for $2 of €2.99 in my currency. Let's say $2.99.
Yeah,
Even though I have it on disc, but I figured like, you know what, let me buy it digitally.
it always
Every now and
happens.
then I see something. It's nice to have. Let's just say my disc kind of breaks down. If it happens, I'd still have the game digital or vice versa.
Yeah,
So there's always something. You always get spoiled. There's a
that's
lot of
true.
games you can buy on the sale, man.
So, this is again my question to all the new beautiful people, beautiful PlayStation souls who have dropped on the live chat. Here's the question, which I'm gonna repeat again. Is there gonna be a PlayStation Experience showcase which is gonna happen this month? If so, when exactly is it gonna happen? If you know when it's gonna happen, by a long shot,
Mm.
yeah, it might be, oh, what do you say, a guess at this point. What is gonna make you lose your shit? This is my question. Oh, 3 Mile Island is here. Welcome back, brother.
Hey,
He had a
I was gonna
beef.
say,
He had a beef with
yeah,
who
with
was that again?
Patricio.
Uh,
Yeah.
the
With
last week's guest we had Patrick, right? Patrick
I
and
was gonna
Three
say,
Mile Island. I think Cyber Dragon came a little late on the discussion that day, as well as Ghost of New Orleans, and Umar as well. Give it up to 3 Mile Island. He is coming back every single goddamn episode. He's a real OG.
I was
What's
gonna
up,
say,
brother?
welcome,
What's
welcome, man,
going on?
welcome back.
Welcome. 3 Mile Island, what are you playing again? He says, I just bought FIFA 21 for $8.99, down
There you
from
go.
$59.99. God
Yep.
damn it. Is it true, Tornado? I never play FIFA games.
Yeah. They're selling their. I've seen some storage
Motherfucking
sales from
cheap
on the EA games for cheap
shit.
though. But here's the thing, now I know FIFA is a little bit centered on that ultimate team thingy, but I have a feeling that people are not playing that though. I mean, I'm guessing that 3 Mile Island knows what he's doing. I mean, he must have bought the game just to play the game purely, and don't even bother with those ultimate team packs. I mean, then you're good. If you just want to enjoy the game as for what it is, then fine.
Yeah.
That ultimate pack thingy is just trying to gouge more money out of your pocket. I mean, you will never get that player that you actually wanted. So don't even
I
bother,
totally
because
agree, man. As a longtime player
it's a
of the
slot machine.
MLB, I
It's a slot
agree.
machine.
But when it comes to all like sports games, I give respect to MLB franchise, the way they nailed it, because you can get every single goddamn player by just grinding the game without spending a single penny. I've done that shit. I used to spend so much of money for microtransactions on MLB The Show 18 and 19, but with 20 and 21 this year, I just was playing before starting the podcast. I love playing MLB The Show 21 because they have this the most fair amount of like the way they try to push microtransactions, the stops and
They're
shit
not
like that.
egregious.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love playing that game, and there is one more
It'll keep
aspect to it.
showing up in your face, indeed.
If you're very skilled enough, you can crush the opponent even if he has a 99 overall team with your 95 or 96 overall team. So it all comes down to how good at the game you are. So that's always good to know. That's always how video games meant to be. Now we are gonna discuss next topic, right? I spoke about like Bluepoint Games acquisition being announced at the event. Next, I spoke about God of War Ragnarok with its gameplay. Despite being a cross-gen game, it's gonna shatter the expectations of every one of us. Nobody has a doubt about it. The next take is a few people were saying like Horizon Forbidden West release date. It might happen, but I feel they're gonna take time with that game. They're gonna decide on a later date, as Tornado mentioned in August. But I feel we're gonna get a little bit of
I'm still
footage
sticking with
from
that.
Death Stranding director's cut because they have already announced it. So there's gonna be a little bit of gameplay and a little bit of teaser or trailer, which Kojima does. He does beautiful trailers. No, I think industry-defining trailers. If you go back and watch the promotional videos of old ass Metal Gear Solid games which debuted on TV, right? Just look at those trailers, man. How beautifully crafted they were. And right now, because there is an era in gaming wherein we are very fast approaching the CG quality when it comes to in game footage. So we do not get to see enough CGI. I always wait for that 10 to 20-second trailer which Sony drops before every single AAA exclusive launch. Do you guys remember looking at that CGI TV spot of Uncharted 4, of The Last of Us Part 2, of God of War? Have you guys watched
Yeah,
all those CGI trailers, dude, just before the
Yeah, I
launch of
played
the
the game.
game?
I remember that though. They were pretty well made, though, I have to say.
Dude, it's out of the world. You just look at Ellie. You just look at how beautiful it looks. I agree. In game can never ever catch up to CGI. No matter how fast the technology advances, even the CGI technology advances at the same rate. But
True, true.
there is a pet peeve of mine. This is not gonna happen. Never gonna happen in the industry of gaming. I still used to love CGI cutscenes during the PlayStation 1 and 2 days. I used to play games just to get that exciting reward of looking at
CGI
those CGI
cutscene, eh?
cutscenes.
Yeah,
I used
yeah,
to play
yeah.
games
The
to be
good old days,
rewarded.
though.
I used to play
Yeah.
the games to be rewarded with CGI cutscenes. Just imagine Tekken 3, Tekken 2. Every single Tekken games on the PlayStation 2 and 3 had CGI cutscenes, apart from this fucked up Tekken 7. That was one aspect I hated about Tekken 7. It had in engine cutscenes which rolled out after you defeat the final boss while playing arcade mode. We just look at that awesome cleavage. Just look at that titty physics of Nina Williams. Anna Williams. I used to play the entire fucking arcade mode. Back in the day, there was no internet. There was no YouTube. There was no way to look at all those amazing cutscenes, those CGI cutscenes. So, what do we have to do? You gotta beat the arcade mode all over again.
Yep.
I
That's
used
why
to do
I
that
beat
shit.
Tekken 2 and 3 all the way through with
Yep.
every character because I
Yeah.
had to see their cutscenes at the end.
So
I
I
had to do
know,
it. I had to see every last one of them.
yeah, man. It happened till Tekken 6, right? I loved Tekken 6 on the PS3. It was a PS3 exclusive. Tekken 6 had amazing cutscenes. But Tekken 7, it had one good thing. Do you guys know what it was? It had every single goddamn cutscene which released as a part of the movie theater experience. Right from Tekken 1 to Tekken 6. You guys know about that?
True, true. It's in the.
No, and I play it
I
too.
call it. I call it in the collection menu thingy or whatever you want to call it. They got all of the
Yeah.
soundtracks,
That was
artwork,
beautiful, man.
CGI
That
movies,
was
all
beautiful.
of them.
Yeah. So those were the
I'm gonna
days.
be watching games all day now.
I'm gonna get shit for this sentence, but I'm gonna say it either way. For me, God of War 1 to forget God of War 3 or even God of War 2018. In my book, I feel God of War 1 and 2 moved me in a certain way, which even God of War 3 or even 2018 did not move. Do you guys know why? It was because of the technology back in that day. You guys can say that God of War 2018 is the most beautiful game out there. That is the reason it won the Game of the Year. There's no point. There is no point of contention for that. I do not disagree. But the thing is, there are always games which are similar or even which come close to the kind of what visuals God of War 2018 tried to manage right now compared to what God of War was back in the day, especially on the PS2. Do you guys remember the Hydra boss battle? Do you guys remember how crazy it felt to play the very first
Yeah.
God of War on the PS2, man. Was there even a single goddamn game which could pull off those quick time events, those amazing CGI cutscenes, the amazing gratuitous, what do you say, gore, as well as blood, as well as nudity? There was nothing. That is the reason I give respect to David Jaffe, despite the fucking bullshit he speaks regarding Game Pass and xCloud. Fuck his ass regarding
Just his
that.
last game failed.
Yeah, I agree. Drawn to death,
He would
right?
have got his money. He would have got his money back if he would have had it on Game Pass.
Yeah, Drawn to Death. It was on PlayStation Plus. I played it on PlayStation Plus. Drawn to Death. So I still feel like it had so much potential, but because of I think they tried to like push the game before it was fully ready. There was so much of lore behind it and so much of quirks and humor, but I feel it was like a lost potential. There was like nothing much which the game could offer the audience despite the initial spark kind of factor. So my take here is we are in an era wherein we are going past CGI cutscenes. We are approaching part of the uh, video gaming space wherein the in-game visuals are amazing. When Horizon Forbidden West was initially shown off last year, these dumb motherfuckers on the Xbox side were saying it was CGI. Do you guys remember that shit? People were saying the Horizon Forbidden West reveal trailer had CGI footage
Oh
all
yeah.
over the place. I felt myself and even Tornado, we spoke about that shit on an episode where we claimed that there were there might have been gameplay aspects of it with a little bit of CGI thrown in. But after looking at the latest state of play, weren't we dumbfounded that we were goddamn wrong, dude? Everything was in engine. I
Yeah,
really,
but
if you
it,
look
it,
at
it was
it
in game
at
views.
4K native, right? If you run that shit on an OLED TV at 4K resolution, you have to lose it every single goddamn time you look at it. You always feel whether this is like CGI or what, man. Really, the water physics, the hair physics, and people talk about how fat Aloy is. Get the fuck out of
Oh my god, bro.
here. Yeah, Taran, go on, man. You've been silent.
Yeah, bro. When I first heard that shit, I was like, no way, she's not freaking fat. That pisses me off, bro. Like
That
really.
was just that was just a bad joke, if you ask me, man. From people saying that, that was just a bad joke.
Yeah.
That is true.
Unbelievable.
It,
People
it,
didn't have shit to do, man. I feel this is ridiculous.
see,
Shit needs to stop.
you
Believe me.
buy a video game console to play a video game. You do not buy a video game console just to beg for games to come onto a service which you want to rent games on. That itself kills the purpose of its existence in the first place. And that too, to add
I'm
salt to the injury, it's available on
hey,
PC, on xCloud.
I'm gonna I'm gonna give props, or in this case, I'm gonna give credit to Killer. I'm gonna give a shout out to him.
Yeah.
He was saying that for the longest, and I'm gonna repeat it again. Keep in mind that if you're on that service, and I'm not gonna mention his name, everyone knows what it is by now. You own nothing, eh? And Killer said that before, though. When that shit is gonna be disconnected or whatnot, you ain't got
That's it.
shit.
That's it. See, I had a
You ain't
little bit
got
of,
shit.
yeah,
It's
true,
all
man.
gone.
Absolutely, Tornado.
And
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
give.
those service games that
yep,
close their servers, even if
you're
it's
done for.
the system's still up, you have nothing. You spent all this money in microtransactions. The
You
game is
got
dead. You
nothing
cannot
to
go back
show
and play it.
for.
And
And
people
Killer
are
said that,
taking
for the
pics
longest, man.
and recording videos playing games on their what do you
Yeah.
say, iOS and Android
Oh well.
devices. Why the fuck do I want to play Yakuza Like a Dragon on an iOS device? I'm gonna the max. See, I love using remote play. Even now, I use remote play on the PlayStation 5 to play visual novels. See, I play most of the games on my PS5 on my big ass TV. You guys all know about it. But I completed, I platinumed a couple of games which were like visual novels, like Root Letter, like Root Film, and even games like as well as one more game, Chaos Child. All these games are visual novels which just require you to press a single button or choose a certain choice at a certain point of time, right? So, what I do, I put the PlayStation 5 on rest mode. I go back to my bedroom, and while I sleep, I pull up my iPad. I have my iPad Pro, I think the previous year version, the 2021, I think the 2020 version of the iPad Pro. I just open the Remote Play app. I click on that. It's gonna turn on my PlayStation 5 automatically because I put it on rest mode, right? It says turning on the PlayStation 5 and locating signal. And snap, within like 20 seconds, I am into the game. I'm gonna play on my iPad. What game I'm playing? I'm playing a visual goddamn fucking novel. I'm not gonna play Ratchet and Clank. I'm not gonna play any games which are demanding, which require a controller to play. Why the fuck do you wanna play these games on a mobile phone, man? Mobile phones are good for Candy Crush or certain games like gacha games to push them to the limits. Beyond that, I don't think there is a market. People are like, Phil Spencer is wasting his goddamn time trying to push these AAA games to mobile platforms. It's good to have like these bite-sized chunks or bite-sized experiences to be played on handheld mode on your mobile phone, but are you gonna fucking play a Halo game or a fucking Medium on a mobile phone, man? Come on. That's not how
Doc,
video games are.
the reason
Yeah,
why
they're not gonna subscribe to no shit either. They
I
just
wasn't.
want their Candy Crush and their Boom Beach and their Clash Royale and shit like that. They ain't worried about subscribing to shit.
Dude, the
Yeah,
optics
I
are
was gonna
clear.
say.
There are 6
Yeah,
billion players. There are 6 billion people who play video games on mobile platforms. Then why the fuck are there only 18 to 20 million of people subscribed to Game Pass? How the hell?
still
Maybe it's
chasing
too
them.
expensive. That
Still
dollar's too
chasing
much.
them.
See, even Apple Arcade is a flop, dude. It is not anything big. It is, though they have certain exclusives. Recently, they released, I forgot the name of the game, but they released one game which launched exclusively from Square Enix, which dropped on Apple Arcade, right? People love that, look at that trailer and shit like that. But I'm not gonna go and subscribe to Apple Arcade to just to play that fucking game on a mobile phone. Come on, man. Even Stadia, all these things which look beautiful on paper, they do not work. They do not work. You imagine playing a fighting game on a mobile phone? Do not make me laugh out of my ass, man. The kind of what do you say techniques, the kind of lag free experience you want to play fighting games with a pad itself is disastrous. That's the reason people buy all these fight sticks. When you can, when you want to buy a fight stick to play a fighting game to the best optimal experience ever, even compared to a controller, why the fuck do you want to even think about playing these games on an Xbox or any mobile phone through
You just
xCloud?
keep your controller in your pocket everywhere you go. You won't get made fun of or nothing.
how,
That was a
how does
joke.
how does it make sense, bro? What I'm saying is Nintendo Switch, PlayStation Vita, they had a certain subset. They had built a platform which is meant to be carried around, which is a handheld, which has designated controls to take full advantage of being portable. And you are seeing me, your goddamn mobile phone, which can be anything from right from Android to iOS, and you want to tell me to buy what do you say, an attachment or something which is gonna attach to your mobile phone just to play a game. Dude, this is good for single A, double A, indie games. It's not good for triple A games. That is what is Game Pass all about, right? There are no triple A games as of now. But still, can you imagine anyone playing Gears or Halo on a mobile phone? It's all good, it's all fine and dandy, but it is missing the point. You cannot target the hardcore fan base and try to push your products to the most soft core of them all. It's a mobile platform. You cannot depend on mobile users. They're gonna use your shit. They're gonna drop out as fast as possible. There is nothing which is the only thing which is successful is Tencent, dude. Tencent have become rich, making billions of dollars just based on all these fucking
their games
gotcha
are
games.
made for mobile though.
Yeah,
Tencent costs more than Bethesda did or Supercell.
yeah, that
You
is
know that,
true.
right?
Mm.
Like it's like 340 people cost more than all of Bethesda.
And there have been rumors that Tencent wanted to buy Housemark because they wanted to have those library and their talent to put those
Arcade type games.
bullet hell arcade type shooters for the mobile platform. But the thing is, they have a beautiful working relationship with Sony and their platforms and their consoles. So I think people are confusing this organic growth. Many people are confusing this organic growth. Even you guys might have seen the recent acquisition, right? Which was the other one after Housemark?
Nexus.
Nexus, yeah. They have worked on Killzone Shadowfall. They have worked on even Horizon Zero Dawn. They have worked on a couple of guerrilla games and made the development of the games to be they have given them shortcuts to push the game faster than it is necessary. We do not know whether they worked on the assets of the game, whether they worked on the engine, but they have worked and they have working experience with Sony on their previous games. They also have released multiple ports of like Tomb Raider, all big ass franchises like Legacy of Kain, Tomb Raider, even Prince of Persia, and multiple games they have made ports on the PlayStation, on the PC. People were assuming Sony has acquired them just to release more ports to the PC. Correct? This is what is the first thing these experts jumped on my timeline saying, dude, do not celebrate. This is a sad day on the PlayStation Nation because they have announced to be acquiring the studio which is good at producing PC ports. So there's gonna be God of War on PC. There's gonna be Uncharted 4 on PC. There's gonna be every single goddamn PlayStation exclusive on PC, and there is no reason to own a PlayStation. Isn't this outrageous? Isn't this how the video game culture is going on? You gotta
Not gonna
compete
happen.
first. You gotta compete,
It's not
right?
gonna happen.
Or you gotta do something extraordinary.
See,
What
that
Nintendo
it
is
goes.
doing.
I was gonna say that a Days Gone and a Horizon Zero Dawn happened on PC. I see that as a certain kind of, I wouldn't say an accident, but more like a test to see how people would react to that, though. But other than that,
No, they're bringing
no
all
other,
kinds of PS4 games
no,
over.
no,
They already said
no
that.
other franchise is gonna make it towards the PC, though. I believe.
Shall I
A
tell you
lot of
The
one
them.
the
They've already
appreciation
said
wasn't
that
there.
openly.
But I'm gonna give you an example, a counter to your argument, man. There are gonna be more ports, PlayStation exclusive dropping on PC, but it's not gonna be, what do you say, super
Ratchet and Clank. That's not gonna be
anti-consumer kind
Returnal.
of
It's gonna be
shit.
Uncharted 4. It's gonna be
People were
Bloodborne.
claiming, right?
Shit,
Uncharted 4 was rumored. Yeah,
no one's buying that no more. It's extra revenue, and they're spending a lot of money right now.
and it's free
And
on
that's
the
people you
PlayStation
don't
Plus
have to
collection.
pay. Yeah, the game is free to you now that they have a new marketplace. They're
But
getting more. They're taking $50 off of something you're getting for free, or you played years
dude,
ago.
why the
and they're
hell
investing that
shouldn't
in
they
a
do
game.
that shit, man? It's not your bitch. It's not your wife they're selling out. It's not your wife which they're making and whoring it around to a new public. Why the fuck is this affinity to a certain game? I do not understand. You already played it. You already completed
Long
it
time ago.
long time ago. Why the fuck do you even care if it launches on a PC? If it is day and date, or if it's within 6 months, that's gonna be concerning. Even I'm gonna be pissed off. I did not give two shits when Horizon Zero Dawn or even Days Gone was announced on PC, man. It was like almost 1.5, 2 years after the launch of those games on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Sorry,
I think it
no
was 3
PS5.
for Horizon and 2 for
3 years,
Days Gone.
yeah. Who the fuck cares at that point? Either you would have bought the game, completed it, or you wouldn't have given two shits about it. What's the point? Does that make your copy of the game? I've mentioned this on my previous episode on the podcast. Until
Your
and
free games
unless,
cost somebody $50.
yeah, until and unless it's day and date, right? Even if it is day and date, just imagine, man. Does it make your copy of the game non-functional? If I am pissed off, just imagine I'm pissed off. Can't I download Days Gone right now from my PlayStation Plus collection and start playing it? Doesn't it not function just because it launched on PC?
They upgraded it for free too.
But one thing is certain, they are lazy. People are pissed off. Shall I tell you one reason, Nelson? They have a separate team or a certain number of developers working on PC ports of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, that's another thing. I was gonna say that
But the
too.
people
This
are
is good
pissed
to have
off.
the studio not taking away from other studios.
But the problem is, there is still a problem, Nelson. What problem is? Which pisses me off. Why the fuck are they putting in resources into making the PC version of the game look beautiful when they need to even consider putting or even pushing an upgrade or an update which supports 60 FPS or all the bells and whistles of the PS5? That is where I feel it is fucked up. You can support all the PlayStation exclusives on PC. They did that shit with Days Gone, but they haven't done with Horizon even to this day, man. They released it on PC. There is a separate subset of developers working on that so that they release patches, they make sure the PC version runs well. But why the fuck are you not putting that energy into releasing a 60 FPS patch for game like this or even Death Stranding, which is getting a director's cut now? That is, I agree, why people are pissed off at all these director's cuts of games which are dropping. Correct? So that's going to be the next topic of discussion tonight about, we spoke about $70 games. We're going to talk about director's cut. So one more thing, Cyber Dragon, what's up, man? With a $5 super chat, he says, Sony making dollars yet chasing pennies on PC. The PlayStation fan base accounts for majority of the $10 billion profit that was made. I totally agree. Absolute facts. I was telling you, Cyber Dragon is going to bring in the bars. He absolutely nails it. I agree, they're still making profit out of PC ports. But as you mentioned, Cyber Dragon,
The lion's share comes from its dedicated fan base.
I
though.
don't think it's gonna
Simple
even
as.
make up for 5% of the profits they're
it's
making
just
out of.
extra revenue. They're not looking at it as their main source of income. It's money that they're
Extra
not
money.
making money off those games anymore. It's
Okay,
extra
then how
funds.
do you answer my question of not supporting the versions releasing PS5 optimized shit? Why don't you
I've been bitching
optimize the
about Horizon
PS5?
Zero Dawn too. I
They're
think they
doing.
might have a remaster come with 2 or something. I have no idea.
That's fucked up.
I've been waiting for 2 to come up with this.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem. This is the point all the Xbox dudes or the PC dudes are rubbing it on the faces of the PlayStation fanboys on the PlayStation side. The reason I know they, with Ghost of Tsushima, it is clearly acceptable because though it is named a director's cut, there is still a whole chunk of DLC which is new, which has a new map, a new story segment, as well as Japanese lip sync, all the bells and whistles of the dual
Haptics.
sense, all the bells
Yeah,
and
there's a lot
whistles of
to
the
it.
dual sense. It's beautiful, I know, but when it comes to Death Stranding, what's your take on this? I'm gonna go through the panel real quick. How do you describe Death Stranding director's cut? Nelson, what's gonna be included in that? It's gonna be sold
I don't know.
for
That's why I
$70
don't like
bucks.
talking about it. I don't
Just-
know what's on it yet.
Dude, just imagine it's sold for $70 again. How's your reaction to that shit?
I'm not buying it.
Okay. What about you, Tarun Singh?
If-
Yeah.
What do you have to say, man? What's included in that fucking $70 Death Stranding director's cut when it launches on the PS5? What's included in
Uh,
that?
honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm asking about your guess. Any guess you want to make? Or are you gonna leave it at that?
No.
Tornado? Anything you want to add?
If I have to guess, since they're actually making an director's cut, so I'm expecting some sort of refinement, in terms of, let's say, you can run it in 60 frames, you can run it in 120.
Okay,
An
in that,
extra storyline.
You're not gonna be
Here's a
able to
beautiful
run
point.
at 120.
I'm just saying something
Okay,
hypothetical
Tornado.
here, but it could
There
be
is a
anything,
reason for the PlayStation gamers to be pissed off if what you said was a reality. Isn't there an option wherein you can sell the upgrade path? Or everyone wants
I
free
was gonna
shit.
say, give
Can
people
they
an upgrade
release the
path that they
upgrade path for $10, wherein you get
yeah,
all the what do you say, 60 FPS,
that would be
performance?
fair. If
That
they
that'll
do
be
that
fair,
for
right?
people that have, I was gonna say, if people have already a copy of Death Stranding, I'm one of them, and they
Me too.
give an upgrade path for $10, $15, then I'd be like, okay, I can live with
Okay.
that.
But the thing is, Tornado, we are missing out one very key aspect. They did not mention that Death Stranding is gonna be optimized for the PS5. If they would have mentioned Death Stranding is gonna be optimized for PS5, the next question would have been what's upgrade path, whether it's gonna be free. They mentioned it's director's cut. That clearly shows there's not gonna be an upgrade path, and it's gonna be a separate purchase.
Standalone
Yeah,
game on its own,
standalone game.
sure. Yeah,
So this is where people are trying to take a piss at PlayStation, saying it is PlayStation. PlayStation. People gotta pay. I agree, man. But the thing is, they are not foolish. They are not gonna try to what do you say, and try to grab as many pennies as possible based on all this. What I'm looking at here is there's absolutely gonna be a separate story DLC, which is gonna it's gonna be absolutely similar to what they did with Ghost of Tsushima, man. Or else it doesn't fucking make sense.
makes sense indeed. True.
If you want to
So it has
release a
to be something
director's
extra.
cut and you want to price it somewhere between 50 to $70, right? For a game which came back like 2 years ago, 1.5 year ago from now,
Exactly.
it doesn't make sense. And people are already speculating that there might be The Last of Us Part 2 director's cut, which is going to include the Mercenaries mode. And people are speculating there's going to be God of War 2018 director's cut, wherein there is going to be more mini games with all the Valkyries. I do not agree with the God of War, just take it with a grain of salt. But doesn't this make sense? Can't see The Last of Us Part 2 Mercenaries is a standalone multiplayer game which they want to make a huge deal out of it, right? They can either release it for 10 to 15 bucks just to play that online mode and include more microtransactions, or they can release it like a director's cut. But I don't feel director's cut does even make sense because recently they released a 60 FPS patch for The Last of Us Part 2. What else have they left? They just need to include the DualSense as well as the 3D audio along with Mercenaries and again package it with a nice artwork of Ellie and Joel or Abby for that instance with a beautiful steel case limited edition for 70 bucks. Can they do that? Do you think it's gonna go in that direction? I'm gonna ask this honestly to all you people on the panel. What's your take on this? Even people on the a live chat as well. So, Tornado, do you think on the multiple points I made, does it make sense or not? This is the one point which is worrisome. If the director's cut, because it happened in succession, right? First it was Death Stranding, then it was Ghost of
True, true.
Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, we
Yeah.
agree, they proved a point that they have.
Exactly. There's an extra
Yeah,
island with an extra
I
story to
got
it, so
no
it makes
problem.
sense. You know,
I
it
I'm
makes
ready
sense.
to buy the game for 70
Yeah,
bucks again
it
because
it
I'm
makes
gonna get
sense.
everything at the pristine condition.
Exactly. And a refinement as well to the game in terms of
Okay, what
visual
about Death
4K and
Stranding, dude?
60.
What's your take on that? I already asked about Death Stranding. What's your take
Yeah.
on The Last of Us
It
Part
it
2
it
about the
has to be the same
mercenaries?
kind of expansion, or as in I'd say an enhancement or a refinement compared to what the original was. You know, if it's the same game and barely little has been done to it, then I question it. Then I'm like, okay,
Dude, they've
this
already
is not a
released
good
a
look.
60 FPS patch on the PS5, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They have released a 60 FPS patch for God of War. They have released the
But they didn't.
60 FPS patch for Days Gone. So they
True, but
cannot
they
release director's
but
cuts on these games.
I know, but they didn't do it for Horizon Zero Dawn, for instance. To this day, that game has not been enhanced.
Yeah, that is
Death
a
Stranding
one
is
more
also one of them
troubling
that
thing.
doesn't have been enhanced.
Nope.
So yeah, that's an
So I'm gonna repackage the
interesting.
same question again, once again to Nelson. Dude, they're gonna announce that they're gonna repackage The Last of Us Part 2 with Mercenaries mode, a standalone, completely online multiplayer mode, along with The Last of Us Part 2 campaign in a single package for 70 bucks, and they're gonna peddle that online mode for 30 bucks. Are you gonna buy it? Which one are you gonna choose?
I'll buy the online mode. I ain't buying the same game.
Okay, what about there's no option to buy only the online mercenaries mode for 30 bucks because it's not a standalone game, because it was pre-packaged with The Last of Us Part 1. Just imagine this shit, man. There is no way, there
And
is
I'm not
no
buying it.
absolutely. That is one point wherein I agree to you. No matter how beautiful,
They'll get the hint.
yeah, no matter how beautiful they do, they integrate dual sense. They do all that shit. I am pro developers. I love throwing money, similar to Nelson, at all the beautiful aspects of gaming, wherein we love playing games. As we mentioned, we already purchased like 3 to 4 $70 games this goddamn 1 month in June. Dude, come on, man. With this
It
shit,
was a
I'm
bad
saying
week. I had about
I'm
a
not
week
gonna
like
buy.
that.
I'm not gonna buy a director's cut of The Last of Us Part 2 if they package it, the package the same game with Mercenaries mode for 70 bucks and have zero option for people who bought the game or the digital deluxe edition, which I bought on the PS4 back in the day last year. There is no zero upgrade path, and there is no way to just buy the mercenaries. I'm gonna say fuck it. This is the time wherein we have to show our power of the consumers. We have to stray away from that shit.
Move with your wallet, indeed.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think a PlayStation is smarter than that. So let's go through what do you say, our live chat real quick. So Nunaya says from a collector standpoint, director's cut games are the definitive versions, Deadly Premonition, Heavy Rain, etc. That is a different entity indeed, Nunaya. I agree and also disagree upon what you meant when it comes to collector edition. We are not talking about collector's editions, we are talking about the director's cut, correct? Collector's edition, there are people who shell out upward of like 300, 400 bucks just to get that Tifa figurine, just to get that Cloud Strife with that steelbook, art book, soundtrack, vinyl, and all that shit. That is different. Collector's editions are beautiful. It has its own place in the industry. I support that shit. But the thing is, director's cut, which is coming up with the Sony's PlayStation 5 recently, That is concerning. If at all it is taken in a wrong way. I 100% am going to buy Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. I've already decided it. But when it comes to Death Stranding, we just need to wait and watch what they're going to include it. There has to be new content, new story, something which entices people to buy it. Or else just release a goddamn patch which supports 60 FPS. Correct? Just supporting
Yeah,
DualSense and
that
3D
seems
audio
reasonable to me.
doesn't suffice with that $70 price tag. We we might be having enough money, we might be having enough time, but we are not foolish. We are not foolish. We look into that shit. So Umar says, I don't have a problem with director's cuts as long as it adds something new. Absolutely, man. That's what we were saying. 3 Mile Island says additional content is fine in a director's cut. Death Stranding will likely have additional content as well. Director's cut always have extra stuff that wasn't in the original release. I'm gonna say one point which is true. Have you guys heard about you might play that game, right? The Man of Medan, the dark anthology series. If you
I
might
heard of
not
it.
have played it, there is a free
Played
demo.
like an hour. I own the first one on Xbox. I couldn't get through it. I thought it'd be more good until done. It was
So
kind of disappointing.
shall I tell you why I brought up that game? Because there is a free director's cut DLC waiting for you to download, right? Basically, what it does is, because it's a cinematic game, the director's cut adds in a different perspective while you play the game. Instead of playing the perspective from those set 4 to 5 characters you play, the director's cut is gonna cut the camera in a different way, wherein you see different aspects of the game, which you miss out while playing the original release. So they release, if you buy Man of Medan or House of Ashes or whatever, they have released 2 games right now. Third one is pending. It's coming out. These games, you get the director's cut for free on the PlayStation Store. So what I'm getting at is, until and unless it adds value, there is no point in debating this shit. Same thing goes with $70 games. No matter how much you people debate that Ratchet Clank, Returnal, forget Returnal, just take Ratchet Clank. People are saying, why the hell do you pay $70 for a game which can be finished on a weekend? So, what's your answer to all these dumb motherfuckers? So, I'm gonna go with you, Tarn Singh. Just imagine you bought a game like Ratchet Clank for $70. So what's your answer to this dumb dude who's saying, why the hell do you spend $70 on a game which can be completed on a weekend or a single day if you go through the entire game because it lasts for 8 to 10 hours? What's your answer to these dick moves?
My answer would be to tell him to get a life. That's my answer.
Classy, man. I get it. No need to explain, right? Simple. So that's true. What about you, Nelson? What are you gonna say to them?
It'd make me feel bad because I put like 35 to 40 into it and I didn't platinum
Oh,
it.
Fatal is here. He says he wants to join the server. Okay, I'm gonna invite him. Let's see. He's pissed off at us talking about PlayStation, dude. What the fuck
Oh,
is wrong with all you people? I respect Fatal, but the reason is, if I talk an entire podcast episode regarding Xbox and Game Pass, you're pissed off. This is a fucking PlayStation podcast. Why the fuck are you wasting time talking about Xbox? If I talk the whole episode talking about the PlayStation, people are still pissed off. I do not understand, man. So, what's your answer
always,
again?
always want to complain.
Yeah, Nelson, what's your answer to these dumb dudes who complain that it's always the length of the game which ties to the price of the product? What's your answer to this shit?
Ask them if they've ever played a Gears of War game, not including the multiplayer. Uncharted 2, Metal Gear Solid 4, 2, 3, 1. Most of the best games are not 100-hour games
That's
throughout
true.
history. I mean,
That's true.
they're no different than most of the other games.
Yeah. So, absolutely, I
How long
agree.
does it take you to beat Metal Gear Solid? It took me like 8
It
hours,
depends,
maybe.
man. It depends. As I mentioned, I've already played
Yeah,
10 hours into Ratchet and Clank. I'm just staring at the
I'm like
screen.
38 and I finished it.
Yeah. 38? Fuck.
Yeah,
That's
I explore.
yeah. See, games are there to explore, man. Are you running a charity live stream? Running what do you say? What is
No, I
that
don't
called
see how
again?
fast I can beat it. I try to
Yeah.
see what
What's
I
the
can
point, dude?
find, and I like
Dude,
to upgrade my stuff. And
here's the point. It's like comparing. It's like comparing a bag or even canned food. Just imagine you bought a $10 noodles box wherein you just pour hot water into it. It's like a ramen noodles. You pour hot water into it, wait for 5 minutes and devour it. How the fuck can you compare that shit? You ate it in under 10 minutes. Though it was hot, you ate it under 10 to 15 minutes.
yeah,
And
or
then
you get a $200 or $100 steak and fucking inhale the shit,
fuck
not
that
taste
shit,
it.
dude. Fuck that shit.
You
I'm
know
gonna
what I
go
mean?
further. Just imagine you are Barack Obama for a moment. I've seen this episode, which was the grand finale of what do you say, season 7 of the MasterChef US. Just imagine Gordon Ramsay getting you a lobster dish. A lobster dish for you to eat over 10 to 15 minutes. You spend the same amount of time to eat the lobster as you spent the same amount of time eating those noodles. Can you compare that shit? Why the fuck is that lobster which Gordon Ramsay prepare like Jim Ryan? He looks similar to Gordon Ramsay. Why the fuck is that priced at like 400 bucks compared to this $10 noodles? But I ate that shit in under 10 minutes. What's the problem, right? Both of those dishes, you ate it under 10 minutes. When you ate the dish which you spent 400 bucks in under 10 minutes, why the fuck is it better than the one which lasted 10 minutes, which is the noodles? It is similar to that. It's about the quality, right? It's about the kind of experience you feel, the kind of emotions you feel, the kind of new things you felt which were not possible on a previous gen console. Just tell me one motherfucking telling me that a Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart can run on any other device in the world right now, right? Based on how beautiful they
Mhm.
integrate the graphics, the fast load times, all that quick travel shit, or all that, what do you say, traveling between worlds.
Feeling the speedo when you're on top of it and your
Dude, that's
controller.
unreal, man.
That's weird.
That's unreal. I can't even imagine like feeling that sense of accomplishment by a developer who has done so much, which can push the boundaries of what the current gen can do. The sky's the limit, right? After looking at Demon Souls, after looking at forget Returnal for a moment, it's one of the best games out there still. But when it comes to like Demon Souls and Ratchet and Clank, don't you think these games can be played anywhere else right now? I don't think, man. The moment I saw Demon Souls, the moment I started playing Ratchet and Clank, I felt, dude, the NPCs in the game are so goddamn detailed. Every single NPC has its own physics, has its own amount, like insurmountable amount of textures, and they're still trying to make the game better every single goddamn day. They're just released a 40 FPS patch. You might have seen, right? A 40 frames per second patch for the quality mode. The quality mode usually runs at native 4K textures with the ray tracing turned all the way up along with 30 FPS. They made it 40 FPS for us. Why the hell are they giving us freebies like this? Because they care about the consumers. The same thing they did with Miles Morales. They added performance RT.
I think Miles Morales just got another patch recently.
Yeah, they got a recent patch which improves ray tracing on performance RT. Correct?
I think that's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah.
So
I don't know. I just got a patch for The Last of Us 2 again for another improvement. So
yeah, and there was a recent patch for Returnal. There was a recent patch for Ratchet Clank as well. They've been cranking out all this shit, and people are still complaining. Shall I tell you? Shall I break it down to all you people? The people who are complaining about the price of games. The people who are complaining about how these director's cuts are happening. How PlayStation is becoming PlayStation are the dudes who do not own a PlayStation, who are Xbots, who neither have a PlayStation 5 nor an Xbox Series X. They still have an Xbox One. They do not have shit to play. They got so much time to do all this Photoshop bullshit. They have so much time to downplay the PlayStation console exclusives. They tried their hardest to find mistakes during that 14-minute state of play of Horizon Forbidden West. They could not find a single goddamn mistake in that shit, despite zooming 400%. That's the reason they said, fuck it. We're gonna talk about how ugly Aloy looks. That is like the most disrespectful
Yeah.
way to talk about video games, man. We need to push the industry forward, right? We need to make strides so that there is a competition. Competition always leads to innovation. Microsoft is right now, I was expecting them to fire on all cylinders because how much of failure which Xbox One generation was. So, again, when it comes to the event, final thoughts, final take home message from you people again. Nelson, do you still believe they released information regarding the Nexus, regarding the purchase of Housemark, mere like 3 days apart? Do you still think there is much juice left on the PlayStation side despite completely ignoring E3 season of June? We have already reached July. Do you think this is the time wherein we can see some announcement? Can they
possibly, I
can they
mean,
skip July?
like
Can they
like they
skip
said
July?
in PlayStation, they've been making quiet partnerships.
Yeah.
We didn't know about Deviation or Firewalk or the what's their name, the Haven
Haven.
Studio or
Haven
none of that.
Studio.
That they've been they work, but they don't have to come out screaming from the hilltops every time they have something in the works. They
See,
don't.
one sec.
It's
Ghost says, but they love the medium. But what they gonna do when Hellblade 2 is 10 hours? Or Avowed, or Deathloop, or Ghostwire, or Doom are gonna be 10 hours. Kenna is not long, but looks fire. I'd rather have a great pussy for 10 minutes than a terrible pussy for an hour. Fuck, man.
that's a good way to put it.
Ghost always cheering up us, man. I was telling you, we got all the OGs here in the live chat. Absolutely. There
That's
is like
perfect.
no holds
Credit
bars.
to you.
No holds barred here. Cyber Dragon is gonna come back. I know that. He's gonna come back and he's gonna do a one up to Ghost. That's how it always goes on. So, again, so Taran Singh, what's your take on this? Can they skip the motherfucking July month as well without a goddamn showcase?
I don't know. They haven't said anything about a showcase. It's all just rumors. So
Yeah, I heard.
I think
yeah.
they
Is
do
it- is
everything
it-
on their
did-
time when they're
is
ready.
it- didn't they say the the event's gonna be on July 8th.
That
that what
was
they said?
again a
That was the
rumor.
rumor.
That's a rumor. Nothing concrete on
Yeah.
that.
But
I know. It's
if
a
you
rumor.
haven't seen how PlayStation works, their shit, nobody knew. All of a sudden, it was like, "Yo, we got a Horizon Forbidden trailer." Like what?
Yeah, nobody
Like nobody
expected
heard
it
of
state of
anything.
play,
You know,
right?
nobody said.
Nobody
Yeah,
said
they do
anything.
shit on their schedule when they're ready. That's what it is.
That's fire. Always fire. That's how people get the hype.
That's why they don't go to E3 no more. They present you with things when they're ready to present it to you, not because it's the scheduled date.
Yeah, it's
You
always
know?
good to get things delivered to us when they look the best, right? We do not want to look at
Or
CGI
they're
trailers.
near, or they're not taking away from development. They're at a stage where they can show us now.
Yeah. What I'm saying
You know what I
is,
mean?
we do not want to look at CGI trailers. We do not want to look at pre-alpha builds right now because people are going to rip apart every single detail. That's how it is. Because the bar when it comes to quality on the PlayStation games has been so goddamn high. I cannot imagine looking at the kind of things they can achieve with Miles Morales and Ratchet Clank. Insomniac, man, they're doing God's work. They are doing God's work out there. There is no developer, especially anywhere in the industry, right, including Rockstar, who has churned out so much of goodness in such a short span of time.
Well, Rockstar only comes out with a game like once every 10 years now, so
They're gonna sell for the next 10 years. That's the reason, dude. They're gonna
they
sell.
come out seriously. When did 2013 they come out with one game?
Yeah, but
Since
those
then.
games are still making the charts, making the top lists.
I know.
That's how crazy good. The moment I saw the balls of the horse shrink when you take it on a snow-capped mountain, I realized the attention to detail, what they did with Red Dead Redemption 2, man. I gotta respect.
Yeah, there's great attention to detail to that game.
The horse physics. I don't think any fucking Ubisoft game or any fucking game out there can touch what they achieved with the horse physics, all the stables, the different kind of shit you can pull off with your horse, how realistically it reacted to the environment, and how the moment like the other dude's shooting at you, right, the way the horse reacts, just look at it, man. It is like
Oh, I know
artistry
the
for them.
decapitation. I tied up a lady and fed her to an alligator.
Shit, I've not tried it, man. That the moment you mention this, it brings back memories playing Just Cause, man. Just Cause is the kind of game which was like the best silly good kind of fun I had playing an open world game. Just Cause, you can tether shit to different pieces of like shit and blow it up. You can tether stuff to a helicopter. You can tether an entire factory, entire facility, or an entire gas canister to a certain object which is moving at a very fast pace, and you can just look at the fireworks. It was crazy good. So Avalanche, recently there have been rumors that they are working on an Xbox Series X exclusive. I don't know.
Mhm.
They might acquire Avalanche, but it's all rumors.
The only Avalanche game I've really loved was Mad Max, but that's me.
I think we are doing we are giving them disrespect if I do not mention one game which put Avalanche onto the map. Do you know what game that was?
Nope.
It starts with Red. I do not completely remember from the back of my mind. It was like
Red Faction?
yeah, Red Faction Guerrilla, Red Factions. Yeah, man. That
Okay, yeah, I played that.
that was made from
I didn't know
Avalanche.
that was him.
You remember
I had that on. I have it still. I think
PS3, right?
was it
It was a
PS2?
PS3.
Was it PS2 or PS3?
Yeah. I remember you had a wrench in your hand you can do shit, and they make this completely destructible environments, which was like unheard of back in the day, apart from the Battlefield Bad Company games. I still say to this day, Battlefield Bad Company 2 was the best
It's still the
Battlefield
best
ever.
Battlefield. Yeah, it still is.
Dude,
I don't think that's debatable.
I really don't get it. Why they did not try to milk that franchise, man. Everyone loved it. The story was there. It was awesome. It was that.
There's more money in microtransactions.
Fuck microtransactions, dude. It's not always good, man. If they can do that stuff when it comes to the online part of it, why completely ditch that shit? The entire Battlefield 2042, no matter how great they pull it off, there is the market which is saturated with free to play games, which are doing such a tremendous job at making that battle passes and all those microtransactions, right? There is like Apex Legends, there is Fortnite, so many games right now. Even Valorant, so many people play that. So again, today's like the main topic of discussions were all about the acquisitions. We spoke about the probability of Bluepoint games. There was a leak, you might have seen, Nelson. There was a leak from the Japanese PlayStation division, wherein they leaked PlayStation studios acquiring Bluepoint. You might have seen that screenshot now, right?
No, their first game was Just Cause. I'm looking at
Which one?
Avalanche now.
Then who
Avalanche?
made
It's Just
that Red
Cause.
Faction? Who made Red Faction? I felt it was made by Avalanche.
Um,
You just look at the developers of Red Faction Gorilla.
Volition.
Oh, is it? Oh my god. I never knew that shit.
They were a Deep Silver studio, I think.
Yeah, Deep
Yes,
Silver
they're
were the
deep.
publishers.
They made Saints Row too.
Yeah, Deep Silver. Oh, okay, as a developer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Deep Silver, I think Saints Row is gonna come back. It's gonna make a huge splash later on before eventual comeback of the GTA 6. I think they're losing so much of potential, don't you think, Nelson? This is a time because they know it has been mentioned like
Yeah, especially with the gap of
yeah.
GTA 5 being out there so long. Here's your opportunity. If you could drop something in the next 2 years.
Yeah, there is so much of time. They can see. They have mentioned Rockstar has mentioned. I think based on certain rumors and shit, they're not gonna release a GTA 6 until 2024, 2025, right? Not even 2023. Fuck
Yeah,
that
it's
shit.
in early development yet, so
Screw,
that's gonna
man.
be a long time.
It's gonna be groundbreaking. Absolutely, it's gonna be like nothing we would have seen, but that is too far away. Don't you think 2022 or 2023 is
You're
gonna be?
talking mid-gen,
Yeah, it's
past
mid-gen.
mid-gen probably.
I agree. It's similar to what Naughty Dog does. They're gonna have this banger game which is gonna get almost like all the Game of the Year awards. They're gonna drop it just before the launch of the PS6. Right? That's how they've been rolling around. There's gonna be a mid-gen game like Uncharted, always, and there's gonna be an
Not
end
really.
of gen
I mean, Naughty Dog, they dropped the Last of Us was right at the end
of
of
PS3.
PS3. You can almost count that as PS4. Then you had Uncharted 4. Then you had Lost Legacy, and Lost Legacy is not a full game. That's a pretty big, you know what I mean, standalone game. It was like 9 hours.
But still,
That's longer than a lot of games I
if
play.
you compare to the previous generations, the way they pumped
Yeah,
out
no,
the
they
Uncharted
smoked out
1, 2,
four
3,
of them.
the Uncharted 4 was so. It took so much time, right, to come out after Uncharted 3. It was like a huge gap compared to the first three games because they had to like completely rebuild a completely different engine. It made sense. I still think there is nothing on the market on the Xbox side which can even touch how beautiful Uncharted 4 looks, man. How beautiful. You can even look at the sun's rays, all those like different shadows and those textures going through Nate's ears, right? The earlobes. Have you seen that glow around the earlobes? The moment there is a huge source of light shining upon Nathan Drake, That's how crazy detailed it is. And every single rock on every single gravel has its own physics. That's super awesome. I still remember that scene, right? If I want to like point out, Uncharted 1 had beautiful water physics. It wasn't like the most stunning game, but Uncharted 2 had the most beautiful snow physics. Uncharted 3 had the most beautiful desert physics. Uncharted 4 had the most beautiful dirt physics. Don't you agree?
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
always one up, and
So,
I mean, for physics wise and stuff like that, Uncharted or Last of Us 2, the only thing that's close to that is RDR2 as far as like realism and
yeah.
response.
Yeah.
When you get shot in the face or
But
you
still,
lose
when
a
it
limb or something like that.
I agree, man. When it comes to environment, I'm gonna give the W to RDR2. But when it comes to the facial animations, when it comes to, I agree, it's a open world game and this is a narrative-driven single-player experience. But still, when it comes to the voice acting, when it comes to the facial expressions, when it comes to how even the different NPCs react, I gotta give the W to the Last of Us Part 2. There is nothing on the market right now with that much of detail when it comes to like facial and bodily expressions, when it comes to the animations. RDR2 nails it out of the park, even compared to Uncharted 2 when it comes to the environments, dude. Look at the steam engines. Look at all those vegetations, different what do you say, organisms, different animals. Don't you think
Yeah,
that
even that
that is
goddamn panther that attacks you looks
yeah,
real.
that is
Or whatever. God, that thing pissed me off.
it's like a
You had to
god
track
tier
everyone. I would
developer.
attack you at night. I hated that. Ah.
I think Red Dead Redemption, I think Rockstar is like that top tier developer which can hold its candle beside the first party of Sony developers, man, even to this day. If anyone in the future can acquire Take Two or even Rockstar, that's gonna be generation defining, man. Fuck Bethesda. I don't think anyone can acquire Take Two or even Rockstar at this point, or even Activision. These are extremely
Well, if you
huge.
wanted Rockstar, you'd have to buy all of Take Two, and that
Yeah,
would
that's what I'm
be.
getting at.
I
Take
have
Two.
no idea. That's fucking like you're talking probably $30 billion, $20 billion. That's fucking
I think there
ridiculous.
are multiple clause when it comes to like acquiring and monopolizing shit in the U.S. Law. I do not know, but I think there are multiple laws which can abandon you to buy beyond what they achieved with Bethesda, man. I don't think it's possible to go
Well, they
beyond.
don't even control Bethesda as it is.
Yeah,
It just basically has them as Game Pass. They run as their own entity.
Umarisha says it is bigger than Bugthesda. Yeah, dude, it's Bugthesda. See, I do not I have 0% confidence when it comes to Starfield. Starfield is going to be delayed to 2023, man. Just imagine Halo Infinite doesn't have
That's a given.
yeah.
November. I'm not even saying that to be a dick. That's just they've never hit a target date. They've given that's why they don't give far out dates anymore. I mean, it's 2023. I don't even say 2022. It's kind of like when they said God of War. When they said 2021, I said
Yeah, we all knew
2022. It's
it's
the
gonna
same shit.
we
Yeah.
all knew. We all knew. We even
Shit ain't
predicted,
coming
right?
up.
We even predicted on this
Yeah.
podcast. You were also there. We said it's not going to drop before March or April. See, every single God of War dropped in March, right from God of War 1.
Except for like two of them. Yep.
Yeah,
March and April.
March and April, most probably. March and April. So
It's normally a spring release.
so it's going to stick to the same shit. They're going to release, I feel it's going to be either in before June of next year, man. That's what I feel. God of War Ragnarok is going to come out. It's going to be before June of next year. Most probably March or April. But just look at this. Starfield, even if it gets delayed to 2023, given the track record of Bethesda, do you think it's going to be free of bugs because it's like an open world game.
They're games that were made 15 years ago still aren't free of bugs. That's just I don't even know why we're talking about this.
So that's how it is. So, Taran Singh, anything else you want to add, man? Before I think we have reached the end of this podcast episode. I think we covered most of the shit which we wanted to talk. Anything else you want to add, man?
Not really. I gotta get dinner started for kids.
Not really. I have nothing to say.
You're being a special guest tonight. Any take home message you want to give to our listeners to make it like stick to them? That there was Taran Singh on episode 34 of the podcast who said something. So you want to give that lasting impression? You want to say anything related to gaming or whatever the fuck it is?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. You don't give a fuck about people's lasting impressions, right? You want to do whatever the fuck you want, right? That's how we roll on this podcast. We got too much of shit to play right now, more than talk about it. That's how PlayStation gamers roll. The reason we do not engage in console wars, the reason we do not reply to all these pestering fanboys on the Xbox side is because we are busy playing games. We are busy doing shit because we buy games. I
Mhm.
give respect to a very minority of Xbox dudes who really want their platform to achieve new heights. I give respect to this because you have invested in the platform. You got all the right to do that shit. But I hate people who want to damage control an entire console generation which hasn't done shit to them and still try to put that blame on the PlayStation gamers for buying
Yeah, you
games at
keep looking over
$70.
and
That's
bitching at
outrageous.
PlayStation games. Hold yourselves accountable, or it's never gonna improve. It's just
We never do that shit, right, Nelson? If I see I mentioned despite like if many people call us like Sony ponies and shit like that, who gives a fuck? I clearly mentioned that if they release The Last of Us Part 2, even you mentioned, without substantial improvement and they charge $70, even if they include mercenaries, we're not gonna buy it. We're not gonna support it. Despite being hardcore fan base of the PlayStation side. We're not gonna do that. See, that's how you should be. Be clear when it comes to your messaging. Don't be attached to a piece of plastic, to a certain corporation, because every corporation at the end of the day exists to make business, to make money. Correct? Where you're
none
putting
of them
your
are your
money.
friends.
Yeah, not
None.
even the friends, not even the family, multiple occasions. Nobody gives a shit until money is involved. But the thing here is, you have the decision to make. Who is forcing you to buy Ghost of Tsushima Director Scott spending $70? Who is forcing you? Are PlayStation or even Sony taking your credit card? Are they taking anything out of you, man? It's your conscious choice, it's your decision. Whether you buy, whether you do not buy, do whatever the fuck you want. Do not bitch and moan and try to put it as if it's the one and done kind of experience. You guys might have seen on Amazon right now, the top selling game, top pre ordered game is Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut at $70. The second game is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart at $70. What does this tell you, people? A price point is something which is put on a certain product based on its quality, based on its integrity, based on what it wants to deliver to certain demographic which are good or which are okay to buy it to that certain degree. The reason PlayStation 5 games make it to the top 10 of the NPD, the reason every single game almost before launch is the number one selling game on Amazon, all these big outlets, it's clear. Whether you like it or not, whether it's your cup of tea or not, you cannot represent millions of people who love paying for video games, paying for what exactly entertains them. Didn't I put it in a right way, Nelson? Anything else you want to add, man?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, if you're not sure about a product too these days, if you're not really sure about something, don't pre-order it. Watch somebody play it. Ask a friend if they can play it if they have it. Especially if they have a PS5 now, you can share that shit. Play it for an hour. I mean,
share play.
it's not like back in the day where you saw a commercial and that's it. You know what I mean? That used to be the way it was.
Yeah.
You saw a commercial, you didn't really know what you were getting. You can do all kinds of you could find out all kinds of stuff about it.
You can watch an entire Let's Play now on an Xbox on your YouTube, right? Most people they watch PlayStation games on an Xbox rather than play games on an Xbox. They watch YouTube, they watch Netflix. Do that shit. Who is pointing fingers at you? Do whatever the fuck which gives you joy in life. But do not try to send a blanket statement saying something which you haven't experienced yourself doesn't deserve a certain price tag. There is a reason why a top brand, why something like a restaurant, like a hospital, like an education institute, right? Every single thing, there is differing prices based on something, whether it's quality, whether it's like the kind of consistency it delivers on a regular basis, whatever it is, there is a reason for a price surge. There is a reason why there is a difference in price between multiple products. Choose whatever you want. Spend $1, convert your Xbox Live Gold membership into Game Pass Ultimate. Enjoy that shit, dude. Do not come here with your bitching, moaning asses and fucked up narratives saying PlayStation is anti consumer, exclusives are anti consumer, and selling consoles.
Xbox was built off of exclusive.
Yeah.
Xbox would not be here without Halo, period. End of fucking story.
That's it.
There's
If
been
there were no
there's
Halo.
been no platform more dependent on a franchise than Xbox in any medium in the world. It's not what it was. It has a fan base now, but 360 would have never made it if it wasn't for Halo and Halo 2.
I think
and
360, the entire shit ran on the popularity of Gears and Halo, man. More than Forza. Halo and Gears.
Forza wasn't really that big until Horizon, this last one. As far as sales, at least.
Even the Gears of War 1 and 2 were excellent games. Really.
Back I thought 3 was excellent too.
Yeah. But everything went downhill the moment like PlayStation fired on all its cylinders in the second half of the PlayStation 3 generation, wherein everything went down to shit. They lost the sight. They lost hope. The Microsoft I'm talking about, they never recouped from what they're after. They are not after Sony. They are not after Nintendo. They are not after even Stadia. They do not know what the fuck they're doing right now. They do not know. You are defining, saying, and even debating, or even damage controlling them for that. That's the reason they're happy. Why the hell did the US in the Xbox Series X outsell the PS5? It might be related to the stock issues as well.
How many were sit here?
It might be.
Everything's getting sold out pretty much. But
yeah, it all depends upon the stock right now. So what I'm saying is, no matter how much they try, when it comes to Japan, when it comes to Europe, when it comes to UK and Asia, not UK, at least Asia, Europe, Middle East, as well as Japan, no matter what the fuck they do, they cannot touch PlayStation or Nintendo, man. Absolutely.
No, that's why I think they're not. I don't think that's why they're getting the least amount of supply sent to those areas, because they are not battlegrounds.
Yeah, nobody wants that shit. They can keep that.
Yeah, they can. If they gotta wait 2 years, they'll wait 2 years. It's America and Europe and stuff that they're kind of looking at where their sales and stuff are at, and they're sending units to, because the other ones, like Japan's only got like 300,000 units, but they know they already got a Switch, and if they're gonna get a console, it ain't gonna be a fucking Xbox.
That's true. See, Ghost of New Orleans says Bad Company 2 is greatest of all time. Absolutely, man. He says, great show, guys. Fire emoji. Yeah, that's how it is. Umar says GTA 6 a year uh, timed exclusive to PS5 would sell consoles instantly, bigger than Bethesda. It's bigger than anything, dude. See, this is
It
what
would
I'm
cost
getting
more
at.
than anything but Bethesda made, though.
This
But
is
you
the
know how much
point.
it would cost us to get
Who
3 months
gives?
even?
Yeah, Nelson, I'm gonna ask you one question, man. Do you give a shit if Sony outright buys Take Two along with Rockstar and all that shit, and GTA 6 is multi platform day and date on every single goddamn platform? Is that better? Or just Sony spending a few hundred millions of dollars to get GTA 6
Something
1
new.
year exclusive on PS5? Which is a better deal here? For you, I'm asking about you, not about
I
the
don't really
future.
care about them buying stuff. I like them investing in
That is true,
new
man.
developers and existing developers. Because, like, say they bought Square Enix, what do I get out of that?
Nothing.
I'm gonna get the next Final Fantasy. I was gonna get the new Final Fantasy anyways.
Yeah.
What do I get out of it?
Nothing.
It's kind of when Xbox is like, oh, we got Bethesda, we're getting Starfield. It's like, you was already getting Starfield,
See, this is
stupid.
that is true. But here's the exact scenario wherein I'm gonna say, don't bring up all these big ass publishers. I do not give two shits because they are gonna be multi-platform. Either way, I'm gonna talk about the small ass studios like Level 5, Falcom, Neon Falcom, and all these small studios which are gonna be immensely getting the support if they are gonna get acquired. That is when I'm gonna get excited. Even if Sony
Yeah, I would
buys
love to
Square
see
Enix.
PlayStation get
Yeah,
Falcom and double their size over a few years.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome, dude. So even Level 5, even other small like NIS America, all these publishers, which depend on like very few sales. Like there are only thousands of copies of games like Disgaea. You know Disgaea, right? Uh,
No.
all these games are now they are releasing on Nintendo Switch, and it's a nice marketplace for them because these are the kind of RPG kind of experiences which are good to play on the go for these Japanese markets. So that's how it is. Again, to wrap up the show, finally, here's the take home message to everyone: love yourself and your platform, or something which is gonna deliver you a constant entertainment value for the money you pay. Whether it's $70, whether it's $10, whether it's $1 for Game Pass. I'm not hating you, dude. You do whatever the fuck you want. But the thing is, do not preach shit. Just because, yeah, you just enjoy whatever the best you get out of gaming and move on. Every single post I post on Twitter right now, anything which is pro PlayStation, which is all about ourselves here, Xbox dudes are gonna jump. Do you know you're gonna get if as a new member 3 months of Game Pass for $1? Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm talking about something related to the PlayStation 5 event. I'm talking about God of War Ragnarok, and you're here bitching and moaning about Game Pass. Is it even related? Is it even expected for people with minimum amount of IQ to come and waste my time? Try to like completely, what do you say, crowd it. Every single tweet I do, I think Taran Singh would have seen, you also would have seen, Nelson. Anything which is pro PlayStation, people jump here and gonna advertise Game Pass. I do not own.
Oh, every time I mention something anywhere, that's crazy. But it's even crazier. You can get so many games for fucking.
Dude, we
It's
got.
like, every time I gotta hear that shit.
Dude,
It's like
this is
I
beautiful.
have Game Pass. I'm aware. I just don't use it much.
One thing.
I,
We, yeah, Tarun, you were saying something.
Oh no, I'm not saying anything. You can continue.
See, there is this John Wick here in the live chat. He says, that's cool and all, but have you heard of Game Pass? It's an amazing subscription service that gives you access to hundreds
see,
of
that's it.
top quality games on Xbox, PC, and xCloud for $15 a month. Game Pass is amazing. Get the fuck out of here. Can you play Ratchet and Clank on Game Pass? Can you play Miles Morales? Can you play Bloodborne? Can you play any of these games which have like 92, 95 plus Metacritic or anything above 86, which are recent, which are new, which are trending, which are selling out for $70? When people like me, Nelson, and Taran Singh, and even Umar, every one of us, Ghost of New Orleans, all of us are happy to shell out $70 for a single goddamn game which is less than 10 hours. Get the fuck out of here. That's how highly we regard about our gaming experiences. You cannot dilute shit for not giving you a single goddamn excuse for a console which has zero goddamn exclusives since the past like almost like over 2 years now. And you're talking about the quality of games which can come for $15 a month, and that too you're renting them and you're not owning shit, and again waiting for shit. We do not wait for it. We're already in the new generation of a console. We already shelled out $500, right? See, John Wick again says Game Pass is $15 a month for console, PC, and mobile. I'm having trouble understanding what he's saying. Something about Game Pass Ultimate. Why the fuck do I even care about what you gotta peddle here? Who are you representing, my dude? Be honest and let me know. Why do you want to represent Game Pass?
He's just trolling.
Yeah, he's trolling. I know John Wick from before. I'm taking John Wick and trying to make him someone who represents Game Pass, right? You represent video game consoles when you talk about video games. You talk about a single game which looks beyond anything on the PlayStation 5 right now. Then I'm gonna buy an Xbox and I'm gonna subscribe to Game Pass if it is exclusive to Game Pass, right? It's simple as that. Your answer is absolutely no. Then what's the point? Then why are you talking about that shit? We already have a huge backlog of games which we purchased like 4, 5, 6 years ago, my dude. The games which I bought like 6 years ago on my PS4, I can play that shit right now if I want to download and play it. Can you do that shit on Game Pass unless and until it's a first party game? That's the reason you're not getting first party games. Third party games, they're gonna drop, they're gonna remove. See, the entire Kingdom Hearts collection. Dude, do you know how long it takes to complete a single fucking Kingdom Hearts game? It's an RPG which
Too
gonna
damn
take,
long.
yeah, almost a month. They removed the entire fucking Kingdom Hearts, the entire series from Game Pass. They kept it just for like 2 to 3 months. How the fuck can you complete so many games, man?
3 was on there for a long time, but
Hmm.
the other ones were not on there very long.
Oh, he says Coca Cola is better than Pepsi? Then drink Coca Cola. Who's stopping that? Who's stopping you? Am I telling you to choose Pepsi over Coca Cola? He's saying Coke is better than Pepsi, right? Choose Coke, get the fuck out of here, burp your ass, shit in your pants, do whatever the fuck you want, man. Why are you peddling Pepsi for me or Coke for me? I'm not doing that shit. Cyber Dragon says, at John, this is a path that will not end well. Yeah, dude. See, this is a point I was talking about right now. And this dude is saying as if he wants to define value to me, right? He wants to define what is right to me, what is wrong to me. Then give me the money, dude. Give me $500. Give me $15 a month for the next 1 year. I'm gonna play on Game Pass. Why the fuck do you have an opinion on how I spend my fucking money? Get the fuck out of here, you loony ass motherfucker. It's
Better
my
idea.
funny.
Give me $500.
Yeah, give me
$15 a
$500.
month, and I'll punch you in the dick, and we'll call it even.
Yeah, It's as simple as that. Beautiful. Nice way to put it. I'm saying the same thing. Who the fuck are you to tell me where to spend my money? Am I saying do not buy a Series X? Do not subscribe to Game Pass. Go buy a PS5. Go play Ratchet and Clank. Am I doing that shit? No. I'm busy playing the game, sharing screenshots because I love how beautiful it looks. I just want to show off. You're not doing that shit. You are trying to
They
sway
used to on
someone's
Halo.
opinion, right? You're trying to sway someone's opinion who they have chosen from their goddamn hard earned money. Do you look at how much of a clown you are right now, John Wick? I'm going to light up that wick right up to your ass so that you're going to blow up if you're going to continue typing the shit. Hit that dislike
Just
button.
don't fuck.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with his dog though.
Yeah, hit that dislike button. Get the fuck out of here. If you have something to say, make something which is even understandable, even something which can be easily digestible, right? You cannot decide how I spend my money. That's a simple point. I'm not telling you to buy a PS5, as I mentioned again. I'm not telling you to go buy Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Don't spend, don't support any platform for that matter if it feels like it is not affordable for you. If it is not affordable, I cannot afford. Oh, he deleted his entire conversation, dude. What's happening, Nelson? Did you see the live chat just now?
I'm eating. Sorry.
Tarun Singh, this is something new, man. He posted like 10, 15
Oh, he
messages
deleted
here
all his.
talking about Game Pass, right? He deleted every single message. And he has okay, I think he was timed out by Cyber Dragon.
Hold on, let me see.
Shit.
He deleted all of his messages. I see.
You should have
I
allowed him to go on, Cyber Dragon, dude. We were having fun, man. Fuck. I think Cyber Dragon did that for 5 minutes. Timeout. Our resident moderators, do not have two shits to give about bullshit. If you brought in a couple of valid points without like selling or peddling the service, he would have allowed you. Cyber Dragon, great job, man. That's why you're a mod here. I'm gonna make Omar Yusha also as a mod. He's been here since long. What do you guys say, man? Don't you think? I'm adding.
you should also make me mod.
Yeah, absolutely. You type something on the live chat. I'm gonna make you a mod right away. Type something in the live chat. I think Nelson is a mod, right? If not, I'm
Yeah.
mistaken.
I just don't mess with anything.
Yeah, that's true. But Cyber
If
Dragon
there's
doesn't
a
give
problem,
two shits.
there's a problem. I'll just tell you. I'll just let you know.
Yeah. Okay. We got more mods now. Type something. I think it would highlight you as a mod. Cyber Dragon, dude. You never get a break, man. You always bring in shit. Here, Cyber Dragon says, let him think about it. John is in timeout. When in timeout, all messages are there. Just click to read. I know that shit. I know. I thought he deleted the messages at the beginning. Anyways, that's a great thing to bring in. Umar Yusha, what's up, bro? Welcome to the PlayStation Vortex as a mod. Same to you, Taran Singh. You can type something now so that you can have that blue highlight.
All right.
We were about to wrap this show, dude. What the hell is wrong with us? Every single time it's gonna go on and on.
John Wick showed up. Someone shot his dog. Do you know who John Wick is? Okay,
Shit.
you're not gonna get it. John Wick. It's an inside joke.
What?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, John Wick. I get it, man.
It should be. It should be a.
Do not
Okay.
mess with John Wick's dog, dude.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, there we
It's
go, there we
bad.
go.
Yeah. So everything blue on the PlayStation side when it comes to the moderators. How beautiful is that? So many blue ticks. So again, I think we are done with tonight's show. We brought in so many new aspects. We're gonna get back again if at all there is any news when it comes to like new acquisitions like Bluepoint or even the upcoming event for the PlayStation Experience Showcase. What do you guys think? Shall we wrap it up? Any
Yep.
lingering
Sounds
thoughts?
good. I'm good.
Yeah.
We'll see what the week brings. We'll keep in touch.
It's always exciting on the PlayStation side. That is true because we never know what we're gonna get. We never expected that second acquisition to come out of nowhere, right?
Nope. And partnerships with these and that studios. That's what sucks about being an Xbox fans. You know what games are coming, and you know what games were coming 5 years from now. Last year, and I ain't got
And
a
there
whole
is
lot else to
nothing
talk
new.
about. That's gonna be a long. It's gonna be a long few years.
It's gonna be a long stretch with nothing new, nothing exciting. See, that's the whole point, right? The entire Microsoft Bethesda E3, you could have skipped the entire shit and released all those trailers on YouTube, man. It wouldn't have made a difference. Correct? Nothing which was exciting. Nothing which made holy shit. I'm gonna drop a reaction video to this trailer. I lost my mind. Was there anything out there? Nothing. But PlayStation does that
Now
shit.
it's a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, PlayStation does that better than anyone. Even Nintendo did that shit with just that cinematic, amazing in-game footage of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 and Metro, which was the name of
Metroid.
yeah, Metroid Dread. Those two
That's the most
games.
pre-ordered game right now at GameStop.
Yeah, these are the kind of moments everyone wants. Microsoft is lacking. Xbox is lacking when it comes to that sheer wow factor. So I feel by the end of July, we're gonna have that wow factor. I mentioned a bunch of games which we're gonna lose our pants. I said I'm gonna dance naked in my room. You said you're gonna dance naked on the streets. Nelson,
If it was Metal Gear,
yeah, yeah,
otherwise I'm staying in the house.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
might take off my pants, but I'm staying in the house.
let's see how it goes. It's all fun. It's all beautiful.
If it's Metal Gear, I might wind up in the county jail.
Shit.
I might be doing some wild shit.
Fuck.
You have no idea what that would mean to me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
I am so tired of putting on my PS3
I
to play
totally
Metal Gear
agree.
1.
I totally agree. More than
2 and
Silent
3
Hill.
still hold up with that HD collection. You know, they still
Yeah.
hold up okay, but you play 1, it's hard to see what the hell's
Dude,
going on.
I
I'm getting
played
older.
the HD collection again on the PlayStation Vita. They released it on the PS Vita, you remember?
You know who made that?
As well
Bluepoint.
as have you played Peace Walker? MGS Peace Walker?
Mhm.
Dude, that's
Mhm.
an amazing game, dude. That was like natively released on the PS Vita. It was beyond
Do you know who
anything.
did that HD collection?
Oh, I don't remember.
Bluepoint.
Shit. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember now. Correct. Dude, they have such a long history with PlayStation, man. I don't think they're just fooling around, man. I absolutely expect them to be acquired by Sony at this point. Every single game they did was exclusive to PS. At least not exclusive, even if not full exclusive, it was on the PlayStation. The Shadow of the Colossus, it was beyond anything. The kind of shit they pulled off on the PS4 for that game was unreal, including Demon Souls. So I think Blue Point's the big shit we need to wait. I'm gonna love it more than Housemark. I think I'm hyped up for Blue
You can
Point.
all but confirm that because they already screwed themselves over on that one. I think they just want to spread the news, you know?
Yeah,
'Cause you
Umar
want to keep
says Blue
relevant in
Point
people's
did.
mind.
Yeah, this is a nice point. Umar says Blue Point did God of War 1 and 2 HD collection as well. Yeah, dude. That's an impressive port again. Chains of Olympus on the PSP. Who did that again? I think it wasn't Blue Point. It was
I just
Ben,
beat
right?
that recently.
It was Ben Studio. Ben did Uncharted Golden Compass on the PS Vita at launch.
Golden Abyss, yeah, they did
Golden Abyss, yeah, Golden Abyss. So let's see how things roll out. We are all excited. It's all good energy we are having right now. I'm gonna be pissed off if there is no more anything big happening on the PlayStation side in July, because they completely skipped June, though they had the end of May and the beginning of May with two state of plays uh from Ratchet Clank as well as Horizon. I think it was the end of April with Ratchet, and end of May with Horizon Forbidden West. And June they didn't do shit. They just waited for everyone to blow their load and prematurely ejaculate for them to come back and show who the real MVPs are in video games. So again, with this high note, we're gonna wrap up the show. Thanks again for dropping in the real MVP tonight, Taran Singh. It's really humbling for me to have you here, man. Just your presence here means a lot, because I've seen how much of a dedicated fan of video games you are in general. Thank you, Taran Singh, for
Yeah.
dropping in, man.
Yeah, anytime.
And Nelson, you need no more, what do you say, explanation for how beautiful you've been here as part of the community on the PlayStation Vortex, as well as on multiple podcasts, as well as how much energy you bring in talking facts despite owning and even subscribing to Game Pass, which is extremely hard.
Well, I'm only getting it for $1 now because I really went through and looked at same reason I got rid of Netflix.
Yeah.
How much I was using it, and I could buy more games with that.
Yeah, totally agree. So,
But it's $1. But every time I quit, they're like, "Hey,
come back.
we'll give it to you for free. We'll pay you.
Get
Like
the
what?
fuck out of here.
All right.
So John Wick comes back again. He says Game Pass is gold. Get the fucking goat out of here. Fry it. Get something made out of that goat. You want to eat mutton? You want to eat some curry? You want to eat whatever? After slaughtering that goat, because we do not see it as a goat anymore. It's just sheep. It's sheep. Game Pass is sheep. It's not goat. You do not dress up like a wolf and try to brainwash us like Phil Spencer has done to all you people, you merciful souls out there. We choose what we want to play. We do not want to allow a
I don't
service.
rely on a service that tell me what I can
Yeah.
and cannot play or want to
Hey,
play.
don't kick him out, dude. Let him listen. Let him listen. So what?
I'm not.
No, I'm not talking to you, man. I'm talking to Umarisha. He
Okay.
says, kick this guy out. Let him stay, man. This is like an open debate, right? Let him know what exactly the PlayStation dudes feel like. People feel as if the PlayStation dudes are crying because there's gonna be no Starfield. We are crying because Kojima has an exclusive deal with Xbox. That's a beautiful aspect. You gotta bring in competition so that Sony cannot be feeling too cocky, right? So let them
Get
bring in the
complacent.
competition. Let them bring in the heat. If they bring in too much heat, I'm gonna buy an Xbox and play those exclusive games. But you've got zero reason to get it now. Even now, you're talking about Game Pass and not games. That's the whole point of it. Get the fuck out of here. Tell me one game. Do not utter a single point about any fucking PlayStation game out there. You are not entitled. You are entitled, and you are not worthy of that shit anymore. The moment you bring in a service, you cannot talk about PlayStation game, right? You talk about an Xbox game, compare it to the PlayStation game. I'm gonna talk about that shit. But do not bring in a service which is gonna answer all your goddamn needs, man. That's not how video games work. We talk games, we do not talk services. We own shit, we buy shit, we complete shit, we platinum shit. We tell you to get the fuck out of here, because if you show one reason that you're gonna do all this to push the gaming industry as a medium forward, then I'm gonna give you respect, or else get the fuck out of here, man. So I'm not gonna read your fucking one paragraph again saying $15 a month. Dude, these people do not have brains. Anyways, it was a nice
That's their
showcase.
comeback for everything to cope with shit.
See, Cyber
They
Dragon is
keep
gonna
saying that.
yeah, Cyber Dragon is gonna get on his ass. He says, "At John, what's your gamer tag?"
What's this
So we
guy
can
talking
check.
about? Like,
He's talking about Game
He
Pass,
just
dude.
he just quotes that. You know what else is crazy? Like, I don't know,
Advertisement.
they just say that. That's all. Yeah. They just advertise.
Get 3 months for $1 if you're new. You can get what the fuck, man. Why do you want to get that when I can play games? Dude, I'm playing right now.
Yo, I see that more. I see that more than the word "the" a day. Like,
Dude, I'm gonna
no shit. Facebook, Twitter, Discord, fucking
everywhere, dude. It's like a
billboards,
malignancy. It's like
fucking-
cancer.
You know what's crazy right now? You can get like what? I'm at Walmart. What the fuck you talking about Game Pass for? I'm just trying to get some Egos.
Dude, I'm gonna ask him one thing. Just share me a screenshot of a full price game you purchased or played in the past
Recently.
6 months, right? I bought like 5 games in 1 month because
I'll
I
show you
love
my
that
last
games.
month.
Yeah. So
it's a bit of a problem actually, but it's fun.
okay, he has sent his gamer tag to Cyber Dragon. Don't mess with Cyber Dragon. You're gonna lose your shit. You're gonna have, what do you say, syncopal attack the moment you see the amount of time Cyber Dragon spends on playing video games. Look at how many platinum trophies he has. Get
I
the-
don't platinum nothing, but Cyber Dragon got more indies than I have total games, I think, and I have a lot of games.
Yeah, agreement. Whatever the fuck, man. He buys shit. He plays shit. He supports shit. That is better than anything, right? That is better than anything in video games right now. That's how we take the industry forward. No matter how much bullshit you try to spew, at the end of the day, it's all about engagement. It's all about revenue. It's all about support, which PlayStation fans are giving the most when it comes to multi-platform games and exclusives. So that's end of the statement. I think we're done with this shit, man. John Wick, you can go and do whatever you want to do with your premature ejaculation to services and shit like that. Anyways, it was a great show, people. He has already dropped dislike. Anyways, good job. So again, Turn Singh
We
and
always
Nelson.
get more views the more dislikes we get. So dislike that button.
Yeah, I
the,
told him.
the Xbox are rating the stream. That's why.
I don't know why it is though, but when we get a lot of dislikes, that one we had like 800 views on that shit.
Dude, yeah, man.
So
It blew up.
yeah, it blew up. Dislike that button.
Hit that dislike button, all you people. So
that shit, it was like the first one that was more dislikes than likes, and it was like all of a sudden I looked, it's like damn, like 600 people watched that shit yesterday, yo.
so I think you gotta watch that shit, man. I was talking about how Xbox dudes were like false advertising for Ratchet and Clank, sharing all these dumb screenshots before
Fake
the release of the game.
screenshots and
Yeah,
shit. They do that shit with all the time. And they do it because we show screenshots of their games, but we don't alter their games. That's the difference.
there are no games.
Would-
Get the fuck out of here, man. There are no games right now which even deserve taking screenshots or even analyze that. There was no gameplay to analyze on the entire Microsoft E3. What the fuck are you talking about, Nelson? There was
No,
nothing.
I mean just like Craig and you know what I mean?
Yeah, we-
Crackdown and
the
but we
memes
just
came
take
later.
screenshots of the from in the game. We don't
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
We just
we don't
add
have to
upon it.
alter
We
them.
do not alter it for it to look like 240p or 360p. Correct? That's how
It does that on its own. It does that on its own merits.
So, anyways, it's great to having every one of you people. It's always love when it comes to video games. If you guys bring in valid points, you guys can be debatable. You guys can join the panel. All you Xbots out there, if you guys really want to talk about Xbox and how crazy good it is without talking anything regarding a service and shit like that. We just strictly talk about video games. That's the reason, despite PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus delivering the best of the best since the past few months, we never talk about that shit. Because
This month was crazy. Did we spend 2 hours talking about how all the fucking games coming to PS Now that makes Game Pass look retarded anyways for a third the price?
yeah, I agree. But still, we do not highlight that shit, right? It's like a side dish for us.
No, it's your slice of bread. It's not your
It's like
not
the
your main
fries.
course.
It's like the fries. It's not the burger. We are getting the burgers for $70. All these are side dishes for us. If you want to brag about the side dish, go to the side and screw yourself in the ass. That's it. So, anyways, it's high time to wrap up the show. I think, how long have we been? 3 hours
Too
and
damn
30
long.
minutes?
2.5, I think. I think we're at
Dude,
2.5.
3.5 hours, dude.
3.5. Oh shit.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it's probably about that time.
I think 3 hours.
No, I just saw the timestamp from my Streamlabs. It clearly shows 3 hours, 30 minutes, 29 seconds. So
We gotta have more frequent shows, less length. We
less
gotta
length.
pick, like,
Yeah,
2
we're gonna
topics,
work on that
2
shit.
topics.
Yeah, we're gonna work on
We can
that.
do like what would we do, like 4 or 5 topics?
John
can split
Wick
that in half
messed
and
up
do a
the
Monday and a
entire
Wednesday
shit,
or
man. We
something.
went on for 15, 20 minutes because John Wick showed up.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, at the count of 3 to 1, I'm gonna wrap up the show. Thanks every one of you beautiful souls for being here and making this a successful podcast. Once again, I give it up
you
to
full?
Nelson. I give it up to Taran Singh as well as Tornado's crew. Anime God did not show up tonight. I think he was busy in his work. Fatal wanted to
Yeah,
join
Tornado
in
had to
between.
go to bed.
Fatal wanted to join in between, but because we were busy discussing stuff, he need to like keep tabs on when we go live on the show in the future, or else we do not give extra respect or extra like crap to anyone based on any merits. Everyone is equal here. My opinion, Umar's opinion, Cyber Dragon's opinion, and every one of us on the panel, we carry equal weightage. There is no one person who carries more weightage. The only thing is we need to bring in facts. That's the only point. Or else you just get out of here, hit that dislike button. So, again, thanks again for watching, every one of you people. Thank you, Cyber Dragon, our newest mod, and Umar as well. See you guys in the next video. Hopefully, I'm gonna drop, as usual, a rant in the next 2 to 3 days. And if there is gonna be an event or any news on an event, we're gonna
Watch out.
have a podcast before the weekend. Absolutely, man. I agree. Nelson's busy on the weekend, so we're gonna move it.
Well, I
either.
don't start working on the weekends till now, but I do 2 other shows, and I'm basically doing the next probably 2 weekends, and then I'm done there.
Yeah.
So I'll be exclusive to this podcast because I can't do the other ones. I'll
That-
be working weekends starting at the end of the month.
That gives me great, what do you say, happiness, if you put it that way. Anyways, time well spent is well spent. Wherever you spend it, man, it's left to your decision. But we always radiate to what gives us joy in life. That's how you gotta be. Go to Game Pass if it gives you joy, though it fucks you in the ass later on. But still, anything which gives you joy, that is good for life. Umar says, great show,
Anything that says
Cyber
try
Dragon.
for 99 cents, always wait for the other shoe to drop.
Okay, man. Let's
I'm
see.
just gonna say that.
Let's see how shitty the Halo Infinite's gonna look, especially the campaign, which is gonna come out next year. John Wick is again here. Game Pass is the best. I think this is the point wherein we kick his ass out. You cannot say statements without backing up the claims of what made the statements in the first place. All in capital letters, Game Pass is the best. Go and do yourself a favor. Get the fuck out of this channel.
play Game Pass.
Go
your favorite
play
game.
Game Pass. Why are you here listening to us? Why are you on YouTube right now? And that too on a PlayStation
Bro, what's this
centric
guy
podcast.
talking about? Game Pass is the best. What's this guy talking about?
I don't know.
Game
They're
Pass
all
is the
they're all
best.
fucking walking advertisements now.
That's it. He's not talking about anything. He's just repeating that shit, saying Game Pass is the best. Game Pass is the best value. You're gonna get 3 months. You're gonna get so many value games, so many first party exclusives. What the fuck? There is no first party exclusive.
Phil trained
Chill
him
out,
well.
right? They basically they're a bunch of peasants who wants to treat people who spend $70 for a game and make them look stupid. That's what they're doing. That's it, Taran saying. Don't waste your time on even thinking of what they have with their double digit IQ.
Giving a
Oh,
lot of credit there.
yeah, dude. So I think that's it. Hope you guys have a nice day or night or an evening based on where we love. As Nelson mentioned on the previous channel, we here are on a globe-trotting adventure from all across the globe. And gaming has brought us all together to talk about video
Most
games.
diverse podcast on the internet.
Yeah, dude. We are all over the place. Everyone of us are in a different time
We
zone.
have to figure out time zones before shows.
Yeah, that is true. So again, let's wrap it up on the count of 3, 2, 1. That's it. Thanks for dropping in. Hit that like button if you haven't. This is Dr. Shiva from the PlayStation Vortex podcast, signing out.